bro. That's my nigga right there.
All right,
Salute
salute
to
the brave niggas, salute the BFCB. Thanks for having me on.
always, King. You my nigga. But so what skills did Pitbull Cruz have?
Pitbull Cruz got skills.
But where based on what though, homie? Well, where are we basing this on? Because he
He
knocked
got
out Magic.
knockout power. He got knockout power. That's skills. At least speed. He got a little speed on.
So Mario Barrios don't got knockout power. Leo Santa Cruz don't got
Got
knockout power.
knockout power, but they tough. And what happened to him?
Hold up. So let me address. Let me see. Let me just see. I just want to put your theory to the test. I'm just curious. So Isaac Cruz got a 61% knockout. Okay, I'm with it. So let's see something. Let's see what Hugo Ruiz got. I'm just curious. I don't even know. Hugo Ruiz got a 75% knockout ratio. So he punches. So according to his knockout ratio, according to the skill, you say he got power. Hugo Ruiz got more power. Hold up. It's all good. Hold on a second. Where was that? What's the name, man? I want to see little buddy. Where's little buddy Cuellar? I'm just curious. And I'm not going at you, King. I'm just curious.
No, I'm just curious how you got this fight going with Devin and Tank.
So
That's how I'm curious.
Okay, we're gonna cook on it. So Cuellar has a more knockouts. He's a harder puncher and he's shorter.
He's shorter than Tank Davis?
Yeah,
or he the same height as Tank Davis?
So
I see 5'8" right there.
Let's see what Tank is. It says Tank's 5'5". That ain't true. That's not true because he's not 5'8".
Yeah.
This guy's 5'8". Well, you're telling me that guy's 5'8".
That's your
telling me he's 5'8".
That's what you going by.
No, I'm asking you. You told me, King. You said to me that this guy, he has a problem with short fighters. You're telling me that this guy right here
and
is
that guy
5'8",
is taller than
takes
Tank,
5'7".
right?
No, they're the same height. This guy
So you saying the fight that you're looking on is lying?
On Box Rec, it says he's 5'8". This man is not 5'8". How is he 5'8" and Tank 5'5"? How's that? You telling me Tank?
Right. We looking at the picture. They just about the same height.
Yeah,
about the
so
same
you
height
can't.
if you ask me.
And here's a better one of it. So you can't tell me that Tank. You can't tell me this guy is 5'8" and Tank's 5'5".
I'm talking about boxers that's shorter than Tank. Like he don't fight too many short fighters. Right?
So you're telling me, this is what you're telling me, that guys below him, he has guys that are shorter than him, he has problems with. They're shorter than him.
And listen, he hurt his hand in that Isaac Cruz fight.
Yeah, he did.
Gamboa went 12 rounds with him, but we ain't gonna talk about the shit that went on behind the scenes with Tank gloves. We ain't gonna talk about that because y'all gonna say I'm making excuses, all right? So we ain't gonna talk about that.
I know the deal. I ain't making excuses about nothing.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna even say that. But Gamboa could have went out.
You can say what you gotta say. Ain't nobody tripping. Ain't nobody listen.
But
bro,
but look, BF, how you feel that fight going with Tank and Devin?
Well, I've already said that. I'll go into it again. But what I'm looking at right here, and I'm gonna address you. What I'm looking at right here is Cuellar, who is a harder puncher than Pitbull Cruz by the numbers. He is not 5'8". That's right. He went out in the third. So Pitbull Cruz, Tank Davis didn't hurt his hand until what? The 5th, the 6th.
And I'm telling you, Tank was being cautious because Pitbull Cruz was a shorter fighter. I'm telling you, and he got good knockout power.
But this guy has good knockout. He has better knockout power.
Alright, you see, so he's the same height as Tank Davis.
My brother.
Tank looked at him as a tomato can and he knocked his ass out. That's how I look at it. He ain't got no skills. He knocked his ass out. He got him out of there.
And he should have. So why didn't he do that with Barrios? Barrios don't hit as hard as this guy.
I mean, that was his first time at 140. He went at him. He got Barrios out of there.
Not Barrios. Pitbull Cruz. Not Barrios. Cruz. Why did he get Cruz out of there? Cruz don't hit as hard as this guy.
He hurt his hand, BF.
He did, King, but he stopped this guy in the third. Why didn't he stop Cruz in the third?
He was being cautious, King. That's his first short fight he ever fought in his life.
That was his first short fighter he ever fought in his life. Okay.
Well, in the pros,
not. Okay, cool. It's all good. So why did he fight Pitbull Cruz and not Devin? Devin's tall.
You said why didn't?
Yes.
I don't know why didn't he fight him.
Devin
I
was
don't
willing
think
to.
he's ducking him or nothing though. I ain't think he's scared.
I didn't say he's scared. He's blatantly ducking. Blatantly ducking.
You said
He's not-
lazy.
I said he is blatantly ducking Devin. He is not scared of Devin. He ain't scared of nobody, but he is ducking Devin.
I mean, you
Yeah,
ain't
he is-
so big. That's your opinion, B.I.
No, King. It's not my opinion. He said, I want to fight Devin next. That's what he said, right? I can play it for you.
No, I heard him say that. After he finished taking care of Cambosis.
Yes,
Right.
so why is he fighting Devin
And he
next?
got a rematch clause with Cambosis, right?
He don't need to fight. He don't need to fight Cambosis.
I mean, ain't he going to honor his contract?
Brother, he don't need the rematch is for the belts. That's what the rematch for. The rematch is not for Devin, it's for the belts. If Devin vacates the belts, then he can fight, then Bozo can fight somebody else for the belts. Those are facts, King. That's not a debate, those are facts.
Say it again.
I said, King, I said the rematch is for the belts. It's not.
Yeah, that's
the
what I was.
rematch. Right, the rematch is not for Devin; it's for the belts. So, I'll mix it up and give it to you another way, King. If Tank knew, and like the rest of the world knew, that Devin has to fight 2 fights with Bozo, why is he saying fight him next?
I think the mic going in and out.
Okay, what I said, family, what I said, King, I said if Tank knew, which he did, the whole world knew that Devin had 2 fights with Bozo, right? Why would Tank say fight me next? And you beat Bozo and fight me next.
No, he
Why
said
would-
after you finish taking care of your business with Cambosis.
No, he said after you beat Cambosis. He said you
Yeah,
win,
after
you
you
beat.
finish
You
taking
beat
care of
him.
your business with
He didn't say that.
Cambosis.
He didn't say that.
Say it. Repeat the record. Put the recording on.
Oh, okay, I'll put it on. That's not what he said, but I'll put it on for you.
I thought he said after you finish taking care of your business with Cambosis.
Nah, he said after you beat.
And then he was like, if he beat him. But I
That's
never say after you finish taking care of your business with Cambosis.
No, he didn't say that, but it's okay. I'll play it for you, King.
I'm not saying he ducking him though. Like if that's your opinion, you think Tank ducking him?
No,
That's
it's not. It's not an opinion, King. It's not an opinion.
Current situation. Might as well stay there and be loyal to Floyd. What do you think about that?
He's an email champ. He's an email champ. He's fighting because somebody mailed him the belt.
Fact.
Did that ever happen in boxing before? And he's talking crazy. And he still got, like, come on. So if you win, you said all that. If you win, I'm not out my contract. Let's make the fight happen. Since you was wanting to talk crazy, let's do that. I want to fight you if you win. Devin Haney.
Devin Haney said, quote, if you don't care
I don't know where.
You ain't finish it.
That was it. That was the end. It's repeating.
It was some more said though.
No, it's repeat. I'll play out that it was repeating. This is on repeat.
Y'all got
Yeah.
that part. I got the whole gym.
Bro-
I got the whole demonstration.
Yeah, dog. That's what he said. That's what he said, kid. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said, "I'm not on my contract. You beat Tank. You fight your email champion. I'll fight you, Devin. Hey, you beat him. I'll fight you." He beat him. Devin honored what he said. He beat that man. He honored what Tank said. Devin been calling out Tank for a long time. He been calling him out. Saying he didn't want that fight for a long time. But Devin's name wasn't big enough for anybody to resonate into anything. But he been calling him out. Now Devin's name is big enough, right? So Devin's now saying it. Now it's going to get weight because Devin's name is big enough. So what Devin said is, bro, I don't know if you're not willing to make the big fights. I don't even know why you leaving Floyd. You might as well stay there and be loyal. That
Undisputed champ, man. I don't know if he's big enough, but I say he undisputed champ.
Nah, I didn't say his name is bigger than Tank's because it's not. What I said is he is bigger than what he was. His name is bigger. That's what I say.
Yeah,
And
yeah, undisputed champion.
with his name bigger, right? Then it makes sense now for that. It might not have made money sense back then. For us, I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to fight. But now it makes money sense. You have an undisputed champion. You have Tank Davis. That's a huge fight. Arguably, that's top 5 fight in all of boxing. Top 5. Right? Tank don't need to keep the belts. If Tank beats Devin, he don't got to keep the belts. He can vacate him right there in the spot. Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao and never accepted the WBO belt. There's nothing. So people are telling me Tank got to vacate. I mean, Devin got to vacate. Devin don't got to do anything. Tank Davis right now, if he wants to fight Devin, if he
just gotta keep saying it.
No, he don't gotta say nothing. Tank Davis is a WBA regular. Devin's the WBA super. All Tank has to do is tell the WBA to make a uniform. Unify WBA super, the WBA straps. That's all he's gonna do. That's it. Tank don't have to say nothing. And like I said earlier, my nigga, I wish Tank wouldn't have said anything. I wish he would have stayed doing what he was doing before all this. I wish what he said is before, and I'll say it again. He said this like 2 years ago. I'm not calling out anybody. Because if I call out somebody, they're gonna say that I'm ducking this guy that I don't call.
Yeah, he letting y'all know he ain't ducking no smoke.
No, he is ducking Devin. Facts. He's not scared of Devin.
So let's no BF. When did Bob Arum ever come to PBC to make an offer to fight Gervonta Tank Davis?
With Devin?
No, that's his promoter, right? Bob Arum, right?
No. Bob Arum is not his promoter. He's just signed there for
Top Rank is Devin Haney's promoter, right?
No. He signed with Top Rank for 3 fights. Bob Arum is a promoter. But what is he promoting? He's already signed for 3 fights.
So they never made an offer to PBC to fight Tank Davis.
I feel you on that. I do. But what you're telling me then, if Devin needs to send an offer, then Tank is the B side. That's what you're telling me.
Who?
Tank.
Why would he be the B side?
Then why would Devin make an offer? Devin's the B side. Yes, right. He's undisputed, but he's the B side. So if Tank wants to fight Dev, then Tank presents an offer. Dev's the B side. Don't get it twisted, bro. I love Devin Haney to death. He's not the A side of Tank Davis. He's the B side. So he don't present offers. Tank presents offers. The A side
go to just like Oscar De La Hoya right now is trying to go to PBC to make an offer to fight Tank Davis, right?
Oscar De La Hoya ain't doing nothing. Oscar De La Hoya is lying. And
they dropped it, right? Yeah, but they trying to make something happen.
No. Oscar De La Hoya is a clout chaser. Ryan does not want to fight Tank.
That's facts, though.
They want to use Tank's name. They want to use his name to build his next fight. That's what they've been doing. That's the pattern. I don't know why Mayweather keeps falling for the same stupid ass trick over and over.
I don't think they falling for it. I think they know what's going on.
They are falling for it because they're falling for it because they're going along with it. They're going along with it.
It's a way of keeping both of their fighters' name out there.
Why does
and
Tank
they bullshitting with it? They blind. They both of them lying. You feel?
Brother,
I think they both got other fighters set up.
Why does Tank? So you're telling me Tank is using Ryan's name for his fight?
I think Mayweather and them bullshitting us. You know, Tank don't got no say so with that.
But he re-signed, so he does have a say so. He did have a say so.
But I think they bullshitting with that fight. I want the fight to happen, but they bullshitting with
it. I hear you, brother. I do, and I fuck with you. I hear you. But I hear cap, kid. You capping for my mans. I hear cap.
But look,
let me tell you. Tank
never said that
Devin Haney nobody.
Listen, you never said Devin Haney team went to offer Tank a fight.
Brother, why is Devin the B side offering the A side anything?
Why is Oscar De La Hoya and them offering Tank a fight?
Oscar didn't offer anything, King. He did not offer
He
nothing.
didn't say he had offered Tank a multi-million fight.
He said he would. He did nothing. It's a clout chase. And right now, Oscar De La Hoya has said he moved on. Matter of fact, he said
Devin
yesterday.
Haney ain't even do that.
So why does Devin need what? Bro, he's got 3 fights,
You
kid.
said he wanted to fight Tank Davis, right?
Brother, he's got 3 fights with Top Rank. 3.
Stop. I would say stop doing it verbally and doing it the business way.
What
How the
business,
boxing, the
King?
business go.
King, what business? What business? So you telling me Devin should lie? Devin should say,
No,
"Hey,
I
Tank, I'm
think
going
Devin
to offer
James
you a $5 billion
to put the
contract."
pressure
What
on
pressure?
Mayweather.
There is no pressure. There's no pressure on Mayweather to do nothing. None. Literally no
Don't
pressure.
really want to fight him then.
Mayweather just said Shakur Stevenson and Devin need to fight each other. Don't worry about Tank. That's what Mayweather just said. There is no pressure. You ain't putting no pressure on him because he can fight a bum on pay-per-view. There is no pressure on Tank at all. None. None, my dude.
So Devin Haney ain't even offered Tank a fight, basically. Oh, he
Brother.
only did it verbally.
What can Devin offer? What?
He could offer a fight
What can he
for
offer?
his belt.
What? So how is Devin, the undisputed champion, going to offer a challenger the belt? The challenger is going after
Just
undisputed.
like Shakur Stevenson just offered Robinson a fight.
Shakur did not offer Robson a fight. Shakur was pushed. He was ordered. He was pressed to fight Robson. Shakur wanted to fight for undisputed
Against who?
against that Naki, whatever the fuck his name is. That dude that's down there. They got the other 2 belts. Shakur wanted undisputed.
Not enough for this fight.
No, they locked Shakur in for this fight. Shakur ain't out here like, yo, I don't want to fight nobody else but Robson. He ain't saying that. The Robson fight is what they gave to him. They gave him Robson. He had no choice but to fight Robson. That's a whole different story.
I say if you want to fight somebody, you gotta do it the business way. You gotta show up the Cambosis fight, show up the Tio and them like you did like you showed up the Cambosis fight, like you and Tio was ringside, giving the fans what they want.
Okay.
But
I'm
we
okay
just
with
talking
that.
about it. We just talking about it. I just think he gonna knock Devin out.
Okay,
Cause
that's
he
cool.
tall. He tall
That's
as shit.
cool.
And he an easy
That's cool.
target.
That's cool. So what you're telling me is Tank Davis, who you just heard say, I want to fight Devin next. What you're telling me is Tank is going to Devin Haney's fight. That's what you're telling me.
Say it again.
So you just heard Tank say, I want to fight Devin Haney next. You just said once he finishes his business, which he didn't say that, but fine. So when he beats Tank, now you just said if he wants to fight, he's going to be ringside. Devin will be ringside. Okay, so if Tank Davis wants to fight Devin, he will be ringside in Australia.
No,
Right?
he ain't going to Australia.
So then he don't want to fight him, using your words.
No, I don't think he's going to Australia.
Okay, so I'll use
But
your
Devin
words.
Haney ain't come to Tank fight either, man.
Yeah. What?
We could get this. It could be both ways, BF. We
Brother,
can't just have it like Tank ducking.
I'm not saying it can't be both ways. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying to you is Devin has been calling this man out for a while, right? A while.
Verbally.
Okay, verbally. You're right. We know that Tank Davis is the dude. We know that. We know Devin's the king because he got all the belts, but Tank is the dude. We know that. All right, we know that. Tank is the A side. Tank fights as an A side. That's what he is. Tank sends offers and contracts to people he wants to fight because he's the A side. That's what the A side does. You are telling the B side and Devin Haney to send the A side a contract. That does not make sense. That is not how it works.
Champion could go look for his challenger.
That is not how it works, King. It don't work that way.
All right.
No, seriously. Honestly, it don't work that way. That's not how it works.
All right.
You're
So
telling
I'm
me
wrong. I'm wrong then.
Tank Davis is the
You
dude.
said Devin Haney can't offer Tank a fight, then I'm wrong.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Devin can offer to fight him. He can offer for a fight to fight him. That's what he can offer. I will fight you. That's Devin's offer to Tank. I will fight you. I'm willing to fight you. I'm undisputed. I'm the man. I'm willing to fight you. That's what he can offer. Tank Davis is the A side. He does not need Devin. He must want to fight him in order to accept that offer. He wants to fight Ryan, which is why he accepted to fight Ryan. He called out Devin. You just heard him. But instead of accepting to fight Devin, he was going to fight Ryan. Well, you get nothing by fighting Ryan. You just get money. But you'll get money fighting Devin too.
So how would you want that the fight to go business-wise in a Tank versus Devin fight?
Tank is the A side, so he will get the A side split. And Devin's the undisputed champion, so Devin will walk into the ring last.
Okay.
I mean, that's not difficult. He's the A side. He's going to get A side bread. But Devin's undisputed, so Devin will have the respect of the undisputed champion. And he will walk in the ring last. Tank will walk in first with his WBA strap, and Devin will walk in last with all the belts. And then they will fight. But Tank is
you
the
think
A.
Devin you think Devin will take that again?
What do you mean?
You think Devin will take that offer again to fight Tank?
Devin was never offered to fight Tank.
No, I'm saying, do you think he would take that offer?
Hell yeah, he'd take it in a heartbeat. I know he'd take it. I don't think, I know.
Okay. That's your opinion, though, B.I.
No, sir. That's not an opinion. I know he will take that. What an opinion is who would win. That's an opinion because we don't know. I know for a fact that Devin will take that. Devin will take that to fight.
And they had to fight. They had to make an offer like the fight. It'd be like a splitty with Top Rank and Showtime, right?
No.
How that would go?
It would be a 60-40 split for Tank Davis.
And Top Rank wouldn't be involved?
I mean, Top Rank would be involved, yeah, but it would still be a 60-40 split for Tank Davis. Just because Top Rank's involved don't mean nothing. And truth be told, Top Rank don't even need to be involved. Truth be told.
You sure?
In all honesty, 100% positive.
He don't got no 3 contracts. You just
he has a 3-fight deal with Top Rank. That does not mean he can't fight another fight and have 4 fights total, but 3 fights with Top Rank. That does not mean that. He can honor his contract, his 3 fights with Top Rank. He could do that and still fight a one-off with anybody else. His contract says he needs to fight 3 fights. It does not say you can't fight nowhere else. You can't do nothing else.
And you think Bob Arum will let that happen?
He has no say, King. Bob has no say, my brother. He has no Bob Arum has say when it comes to Dev over him fighting Bozo.
I think Bob Arum will have a big problem with that.
Brother, it wouldn't matter what he had a problem with. That's his problem.
Because he let him belch. You know that he let him belt, B.I.
No, he don't. He loves the WBO belt. He does not love the belt. He loves the WBO belt.
So you think he's willing to let that WBO belt go?
It's not his choice, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not his choice. He don't own the WBO belt that Devin has around his waist. Devin,
I know a little bit, don't I, B.I.? I know a little bit.
A little bit, but I know a lot. There's a difference.
Bob Arum don't play about them belts and no contracts, man.
Yes, he does. What are you talking about? Or did you forget that he just postponed Wilder? Did you just forget he just postponed Wilder Fury 3 times? Stop it. He just postponed Wilder. He postponed Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3 times.
The money must have been right.
Okay, so what are we talking about? If you just said he don't play about contracts, what are we talking about?
And what he do with
Who?
Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
With who,
Fucking
homie?
with this guy right now, BF.
It's all good, King. BF got no beef. BF got no beef. I just know that Devin Haney can fight Tank Davis now if Tank wants to fight him.
And
I
you
know
think
that
Bob
now.
Earn to let Devin Haney put his contract to the side to fight with Showtime one time and put his WBO belt on the line?
Brother, let me say this again. I think you missed it altogether, dog. I will say it again for you.
No, because I know Bob Earn don't play about them belts.
Bob Arum
And I
don't
know he was a
control.
little mad when Tio lost. He was a little mad when Tio lost that belt.
He don't control him.
And
Bob
he got
Arum does
gullible.
not
He signed Devin Haney and sent Devin Haney over there to get that.
No, that is not the case at all. No, wrong. That's wrong. Devin Haney signed because the only way he was going to get the fight is if he signed. Bob Arum did not send him over there. Bob Arum has Bozo.
Why he ain't been signed with Top Rank, BF?
Say again?
To go undisputed.
No. Let me say this again to you, homie. Bozo signed to fight. He has the same three. People not even talking about this. Bozo signed a 3-fight deal his goddamn self to fight Teofimo Lopez.
And I heard.
Hold on a second. He signed a 3-fight deal himself to sign Teofimo Lopez. He was not going to get T.O. without signing to Bob Arum and Top Rank and ESPN. Now he's promoted with other people, blah, 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 but he is attached the same way that Jeff Horn was attached. Jeff Horn signed 3 fights with Top Rank to get Manny Pacquiao. Facts. That's what Bob Arum does. What I'm going to do is, I got something that you want, and the only way you're going to get it is if you sign to me for 3 fights. That's his MO. That's what he does. So BF, if I want to get to my nigga Thuggin, I need to sign with Top Rank for 3 debates. One of my debates is with my nigga Thuggin. The other 2 debates is whatever the case may be, but I got my nigga Thuggin. Okay, so I'm signed to you for 3. That has nothing to do with what I do other than that. I can have 5 fights, 6 fights, 7 fights, 8 fights. As long as I fulfill my 3 with you, with Bob Arum, that's all that matters. My contract is not null and void as long as I fulfill my 3. That is the reason why Tyson Fury was able to fight individuals in between fighting Deontay Wilder. That's the reason why he was, because that's how that works. As long as I fulfill my obligation,
you just gotta honor them contracts.
That's all I gotta do. It don't matter if I fucking have belts, no belts, whatever. That's the reason why Bozo is still have to fight. He still has to fight on Top Rank, right? That's the reason why Bob Arum was saying, I'm going to give you a step-aside fight, right? So I can allow Lomachenko and Devin Haney to fight on pay-per-view. And the winner fights Bozo. That had nothing to do with Devin. If Devin would have let that, brother, if Devin would have lost, if Bob Arum would have did that, and Devin would have lost to Loma, the only reason why it didn't happen because Loma wants a rematch. Loma wants a tune-up. That's the only reason why.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Yes, that's the only reason why that didn't happen. Or else Bob Arum would have postponed this fight, and Devin would be fighting Loma, and then the winner of that will be fighting Bozo. Facts. But Loma was a tune-up, which is why it didn't happen. So if you guys keep saying that Devin's contractually obligated to fight Bozo, no, he's not. The belts, the belts, and nothing more. The belts.
And you know another reason why I know Bob Arum let him belt? Because he knew the only way Lou DiBella get a big fight for the Americans to go through the ESPN with Bob Arum. Right?
Yeah, that's true in a sense. It's true in a sense, but that's not the case here, right? Devin Haney and Tank Davis can fight next. They can fight. They could have fought next, but now Devin is already going to fight Bozo. But
and that's why Devin Haney had to leave Eddie Hearn to go to Bob Arum.
No,
because that was the only way to get them belts.
Oh yes, Yes, because Bob Arum, who has Teofimo Lopez, who had Lomachenko, and the only way Bozo was going to be able to fight Tio is if Bozo signed to Bob. That's it. Bozo signed to Bob. When Bozo signed to Bob for those 3 fights, that's how he got the fight with Teofimo Lopez. It didn't matter what network they fought on. That's why Triller was involved and DAZN and all these other type of things were involved. All those were involved, but Bozo is signed to Bob for 3 fights. Bozo.
Right.
That's the only way you were getting Tio. All right? Because Tio could have vacated the IBF or Tio could have went a different route. He could have fought Devin back then. Right? So Bozo, it's like, I need to accept this fight, whatever it is, I need to accept this to get a Tio fight. So I get my shot. Or else I might not get it because Devin might win and then Devin ain't with none of these niggas. Now all of a sudden I gotta jump through hoops for something else, right? So it was smart business for Bozo to sign for 3 fights with Top Rank, associated with Top Rank, right? So that he can get the fight with Tio. Now he beat Tio, he became the man, he's got 2 fights left. 2 fights, right? Devin and Devin. So what Bob Arum wants to do is pay this man bread in the middle, pay him bread. Right? Let Devin. So now you're not fighting. You're not losing one of those fights. You're fighting in the middle. Stay busy, right? Of some fucking bum to get your confidence up. Someone that you're going to embarrass, fuck around and knock out. Get your confidence up. And then you will fight the winner of Devin and Loma. So if you guys who are all out here talking about he needs to honor his contract and stuff like that, if you are correct, then it wouldn't matter if Devin lost to Loma. Devin and Bozo would still fight for no belts. It wouldn't matter. Which I'm telling you guys, that's not the case. It's not the case. That he's fighting for the belts. It's not Devin, it ain't Loma, it ain't Tio, it ain't nobody. It's the belts. Bozo has an obligation to fight for the belts. So if Loma beat Devin, Bozo and Loma are fighting. Devin's fighting somebody else for 2 more fights. Or whoever. Or he'll fucking move up. Forever. That's how that works. So I say again, King, he can absolutely fight Tank Davis. Absolutely. 100% fight Tank Davis. It is up to Tank Davis to want that to happen. Because he is the A side. And he doesn't want it. He said nothing about it since. Nothing. Not a word.
Could we agree that Tio and Devin would have been a more entertaining fight?
Than Devin and Bozo?
Yeah.
I think it would have played out the exact same way.
No, but I'm just thinking it would have been more entertaining.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
No, because styles make fights. It's not what Tio does in the ring. You know, Tio, I'm gonna try to knock him out.
I mean, Tio got more like a knockout style, right?
But that's irrelevant, though. That's irrelevant.
Like a power style.
That's still irrelevant, though. You can have all the power you want. You gotta hit me. If you don't hit me with you can have the most destructive. You could be the most devastating fighter in the world with punching power. If you don't hit me, what good is it? That's like having a whole bunch of bullets and you trying to shoot me, but you shooting at me. I'm standing right here.
I think it would have been a bigger, more chance for Dev, in my opinion.
You think it would have been a bigger chance for Dev?
A bigger, more chance. Like it would have been a bigger, more chance for real.
Okay, I feel you. You think it would have been a bigger test. You think he would have got tested better. So the guy that beat Tio.
No, I think Tio had the wrong game plan.
Tio had the wrong game plan.
He came out trying to knock him out in round 1.
Teofimo Lopez ducked Devin badly, very bad.
I ain't saying that.
Like if Teofimo Lopez wanted to fight Devin Haney, he could have made that fight at any time he wanted. He was the franchise champion, and as the franchise champion, you can fight the WBC regular champion whenever you want. He's your mandatory when you want him to be your mandatory. That's a factual statement. He chose to go a different route.
But you think someone would duck Devin Haney to fight Lomachenko?
I know he did duck Devin. Now when he fought Lomachenko, right? He was the IBF champion when he fought Lomachenko. So it wasn't about ducking Devin to fight Loma. It was ducking Devin after you beat Loma.
So what
That
was?
was the
I was gonna say, what you think was holding back Devin from signing the top rank then to get them belts?
what did top rank have to offer?
They had the belts, right?
But Devin was the mandatory to the belt. So why would I have to do anything? I'm your mandatory. Why would I have to do anything?
Oh, all right.
Right?
Oh, all right. That's what you.
No, and then no, and peep game. I'm your mandatory. Why I shouldn't have to, but I know dealing with Bob, he's going to make me to get that fight, right? So why didn't they? Bob Arum specifically got the franchise champion, so he did not have to do anything with Devin. Because if Lomachenko would have just been the regular WBC, Devin was his mandatory, so he would have been obligated to send Devin a 3-fight deal, 3 fights to fight. You could listen. I know you're signed. You're co-promoted or whatever the fuck. Because Eddie Hearn was not signed to Matchroom. He signed to DAZN, not Matchroom. DAZN. Devin is partnered with DAZN, not Matchroom. He is not signed to Eddie Hearn. He pays Eddie Hearn to promote him. He can stop that whenever he wants.
So he wasn't a mandatory when he wasn't a mandatory for Kambosos?
Devin?
Yeah.
Yes. Because he was the WBC champion. So when Kambosos became the franchise, it was up to Kambosos to exercise his mandatory. It was up to Kambosos. That was the fucked up part of the franchise. I needed the champion needs to exercise the franchise champion needs to exercise their right to make the WBC champion their mandatory. Like it just doesn't happen like that, right? That was the franchise bullshit. It don't happen like that. You can't. I'm WBC champion. You're the franchise champion. You have to fight me. No, the franchise champion has to say, "I want to fight you." Then you're the mandatory.
Oh.
It's the same way as the WBA and WBA Super. Same way, right? It's the same exact way. But right now, Devin Haney.
And they might have to take less money, bro.
The WBC champion over the franchise, yes. The franchise champion would be considered the A side. The WBC champion would be considered the WBA regular. Like right now, Devin says he will fight Tank. It is up to Tank to say yes. It's up to Tank's team to push that, and then they can unify the WBA regular. Like if
exercising that mandatory.
Well, Tank ain't doing anything, and this is why I'm telling you, fucking Devin. This is why I'm telling you that, because he's not doing anything. They're trying to fight Ryan Garcia.
You wouldn't recommend that, right?
Would I recommend what?
Tank exercising his mandatory to take less money.
Tank would not take less money. That because you gotta understand, if Tank says I want to fight Devin, Tank is still the A side. He is not taking less money. No matter what, he's the A side. No matter what, he ain't taking less. They can. If Tank says I want to fight Devin, I want the WBA to force a unification between WBA Super and WBA regular. That's step 1. He hasn't took step 1 yet. Step 2 is I'm the A side. I will get the bigger split. That's step 2. Well, we got to get to step 1 first. We're not there yet. Devin is saying, as a super champion, I want you. I want to fight you. You are the WBA regular. You're my Mando. I want to fight you. That's what Devin is saying. Tank is not saying anything. After claiming that he wanted to fight him. Now all of a sudden he don't. Now he says nothing. Let me ask you something, Doug. Let me ask you something, King.
So
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you something. I believe this. I don't know you personally, but I believe in my heart from just talking to you. I believe you fear no one. I believe that. I believe if somebody came up on you right now and it had to go down, it would go down. I believe that. Stop me if I'm lying. Stop me if I'm wrong. If you say, I want to see somebody in Lexington. I'm sure you're in Baltimore or the Baltimore area because you sound like you're in the Baltimore area, right? The DMV. If somebody said to you, my nigga thugging, you talking real greasy, bro. I want to see you up in Lexington. I want to see you, right? If they say that to you, if it's worth your time, if there's a bag there for you to go there, I'm pretty sure you'd go. If it's not worth your time, you would probably just cuss the nigga out and keep it pushing. Right? Stop me when I'm wrong. Stop me. Now, if the bag gets put up, there's a bag at Lexington for you to meet this nigga at Lexington. A nigga talking shit to you. There's a bag right there. And you say, all right, bro, you running your fucking mouth. And there's a bag there. I'm coming to Lexington. Now, the nigga that's talking shit, waiting for you, is there waiting for you. And you never show up. What are you?
You said, what am I? If I ain't show up, if I
You
told
don't
the
show
nigga
up.
I'm gonna show up,
You said you're going to show up and the money is there. What are you?
I'm somebody you can't depend on.
So you're telling me we can't depend on Tank?
Who? How you figure that though? No, now that I like you said that, cause this go right with my next question. Do we know who Devin fighting next?
Yes.
Do we know who Tank fighting next?
No.
There you go. So we can't say Tank ducking if we don't know who he fighting next. You feel me?
No, sir, I do not. Let me explain why. Let me explain why I don't feel you. Let me explain. Because Devin
He calling somebody a duck.
Devin
don't even know he's fighting next.
Devin just signed this. He did not sign. It was not signed. It didn't matter what Bozo was talking about. Devin did not sign. He did not sign. He was not signing to fight this man. He was free to do whatever he wanted to do. He just signed. That's the reason why we know he's fighting Bozo next, because he just signed. He just did it.
It was a rematch clause, B.I.
Yes,
we
sir.
then knew he was fighting him next.
No, we didn't. There was a rematch clause, King. There was. A rematch clause means I'm fighting you again. It does not mean I'm fighting you. It does not mean I'm fighting you next. It means I'm fighting you again. Which is what Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury did. There was a rematch clause there too. Matter of fact, and I know this for a fact, all 3 fights were signed already. I know that for a fact. All 3. All 3. But the only thing that was in it was the fact that we will fight again. We still got to renegotiate what we're doing. I still got to sign this extra shit what we're doing. I still got to sign this, right? I still have to sign the extra shit. I didn't sign a one contract with everything in it already. No, I signed one contract that says a rematch is there. When that particular instance in the clause kicks in. Because if I would have lost, then there is no rematch. Right? There is no rematch. But if I win, then there's a rematch. So the rematch is what's in the contract. Now, once I've made that clause kick in because I won, now the rematch kicks in. We still gotta negotiate this. We gotta negotiate this rematch. I gotta sign for this rematch here. It's just not automatic. Okay, now we know the date, we know the location. No, I gotta redo this again. I just know I'm going to fight you. But we still gotta redo this.
Check this out, then, B.I.
But I like how you blew past what I said about you going to Lexington. But it's all good, King. Talk to me.
No, man, look, I got 2 daughters out here. You feel me?
I feel you.
Niggas already know what's up with me. Nigga better not even talk no dumbass shit about meet me down Lexington.
And this is what I'm saying, King. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying to you. If a motherfucker said that, right, meet you at Lexington.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of them right there and let them know, like, yo, chill.
Yeah, but
I had to just let a nigga know at my job, cause you feel me? I don't play them type games. So I had to let them know. Listen, we could take it here or we could keep it professional. You feel? Straight up. I don't be with none of that talking shit. Meet me there and go get this. We can handle this right here.
I believe you 100%. I believe you 100%. In my heart, I believe you, dog. Swear to God, I do. But I'm telling you, that's not what Tank did. What you just said is not what he did.
But look, as a Tank fan, I see that fight happening.
I could.
Sometime down the line or even. But as a Devin Haney fan, you don't see that fight happening?
The only way I see that fight happen is if Tank wants it. That's it. Devin can't dictate shit with Tank.
So you think
Nothing.
the window closed on it?
No, I don't think it closed.
So it can happen, right?
Yeah, it can happen. But again, brother, it will
right
only
now,
happen if
we
Tank
can't
wants it. No, he is ducking.
Because
Yeah,
we can see that fight happening.
That okay, but I can see Wilder versus Joshua happen if Joshua wants it. I can see that happening too. That don't mean Joshua didn't duck him. He did duck him. He ducked him badly.
But they gonna have to get in that square sometime around.
Yeah, but the only way it's gonna happen, King, is if Tank wants it. If Tank don't want it, it will never happen. Never. You can't dictate nothing to Tank Davis. Nothing. Tank dictates terms to everybody. You are not dictating nothing to him. Nothing. Tank Davis is the A side. You dictate nothing.
Yeah, he called a shot.
You show up. Yeah, and he was the A side to Ryan Garcia too. Ryan Garcia don't dictate nothing. Nothing. If you remember, Ryan Garcia said, "You got to fight me at 140." No, Floyd Mayweather told him to suck a dick. You will fight me at 35 or you will not fight at all.
Yeah, because he was out of line even talking like that.
Oh, okay, then. So he was the B side. So when you're saying that fight, Oscar didn't offer nothing. He was the B side. He offered nothing. He was just running his fucking mouth. He didn't offer anything because he couldn't offer nothing, which is why Oscar's now saying, I'm moving on, because he was just clout chasing Tank's name from the jump. He never had intentions on Ryan fighting him. Never, because he can't offer nothing. All he can do is accept.
He was
Tank says you will get this, and you take it. Tank says you will get this, you take it, or you shut the fuck up. That's it. That's it. Tank is the guy. He's the A side. He's the dude. Tank says, Devin, I want to fight you. You will get this. This is what you get. There you go. He's not doing that. He said, Devin, I want to fight you. Devin, I want to fight you, Devin Haney. I want to fight you next. You do your thing. I want to fight you. And now he's gone quiet. He said nothing. He's done nothing. My brother, that is a duck, King. Because if somebody tells you, meet you at Lexington, like I just said to you, you're going to handle it right then. And if you can't, you showing up. Because you're not with the bullshit. Well, Tank Davis won't meet Devin at Lexington. My brother, if you don't show up after saying that's what you will do, my brother, you ducked. You ducked. Whoever that nigga is at Lexington, my nigga, you ducked him. You wanted no smoke. You were talking a good one, but you didn't show up. You wanted no smoke. I'm telling you, Tank Davis, right? And I love Tank. That's my man's. I fuck with Tank, but I'm not gonna lie. He said he want Devin. Devin said him at my nigga had to dip. I guess his phone died or something, but it's all good. Salute to my nigga Thuggin. Salute to my homie Thuggin D. He had to dip out. What's up, crowd? I see you in the back. Salute to my crowd. You always be coming in late as a bitch. I was about to be off this motherfucker an hour ago. All right, I was about to be off this motherfucker an hour ago, bro. But, homie, Cry, go ahead. Talk to the people. Tell them how they can find you, homie. What's up with you? Why coming in the end? Why you always wait to the absolute end? No, I seen you. I seen you back there. But what I'm saying, like, I was already past 7 o'clock already. Like, why you didn't come in? Like, it's all good. Thuggin, salute to my nigga Thuggin. It's all good, family. My nigga Thuggin said he had a call. Salute to my nigga. It's all good, bro. But go ahead. I didn't even see you, dog. If I would have saw you, I would have, because the link is pinned. So I pinned it. I saw my brother Kelly jump on. Kelly was in the back. I didn't see you. But it's all good, bro. When I jump back on the next time, you jump on earlier, and I'll let you I'll let you get your shit off. For sure, man. But hey, man, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here, man. Like my homie Knockout's about to come on. My brother's about to debate. Like Ricky's about to debate somebody. I don't know who it is, but Ricky's gonna debate somebody, and we'll get to it after that, man. But man, B Murray says Tank can't make the fight. It's up to Mayweather. I don't think Mayweather wants to fight. Well, I've been said this, B Murray. I've been said that. I've been said it's Floyd Mayweather holding Tank back. I've been said that. Until Tank Davis said, I want to fight Devin Haney next. That's what he said. I want Devin Haney. And then re-signed with Floyd Mayweather. He said, I'm not on my contract. I'm not on mine. You do your, I want you. And then he re-signed. But y'all guys, if I start talking about Terrence Crawford, how Terrence Crawford re-signed to Bob Arum after claiming he wants Errol Spence, you guys call him a duck till the cows come home. Oh man, you a duck. This nigga ducking. He's scared. He coward. He fraud. He a duck. That's what I say about about Bud. But when I tell you the same exact scenario about Tank, we making all these excuses. We making all these scenarios. No, bro, I am the best fighting the best. I fuck with Tank. I do. That's my guy. He is ducking Devin Haney. He is ducking this man. He said what he said. You guys heard him say it. And then after saying what he said, I'm not with my contract. So by saying I'm not with my contract, that means the people that you were signed to were holding you up. And then you signed back. You don't want it. You're fine where you're at. I'm not hating on Tank Davis. I'm not disrespecting Tank at all. I love Tank Davis. No disrespect at all. That man is a monster. He's a beast. But that's what you said. I want Devin Haney next. I ain't signed I'm not on my contract no more. I want you next. And then you re-signed. So if you guys cannot keep it consistent, bro, stop trying me, dog. Seriously, man, stop trying me, bro. If y'all have no consistency, bro, and this is the reason why y'all can't fuck with me. This is the reason why right here. This is why you can't fuck with me right here. Because I'm consistent, whether it's my fighter or it isn't. You guys are not. You're very consistent as long as it's not your fighter. As long as it's not the fighter that you rock with. If it's somebody else, oh man, my nigga BF, you on it. My nigga BF, he on it, man. BF the man, he on, man. That's right, BF. I rock with you, man. That's right, that's it. And as soon as I start talking about your fighter doing the exact same shit, now all of a sudden, well, shit, now, I mean, I don't know. You really think that's the case? Like, I mean, just saying. Well, and then y'all start trying to move the goalposts to ask me about other fantasy fights and shit. I don't know, this motherfucker talking about Devin and Tank, and motherfucker, well, listen, well, I'm just curious, man. How do you think Rocky Marciano would have did, if he fought Buster Douglas? Because, Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson, and everybody say Mike Tyson. So how do you think, bro, I don't care, bro. I'm consistent. You guys are not. And that's why y'all can't fuck with me. It just is what it is. Anyways, man, let me get the fuck up out of here, man. Shout out to my nigga Crowd. Shout out to my nigga Thuggin. Shout out to everybody that chill with the guy, bro. I didn't even get through all the Devin shit, bro. I just got the Tank. I didn't get the E-Bunny. I didn't get to nobody, bro. I just got the Tank, and that was it. So I'm gonna definitely have to address this shit again. But it is what it is, man. Let me get the fuck up out of here, man. BFTB, shout out to the LDDP, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace and blessings. Peace to my nigga Crowd. Peace, homie.
An ally has been slain. Shut down. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Terrence Crawford actually dropped his belt because they were trying to force him to fight Sergey Lipinets. Okay, so he actually dropped the belt. So there's no way he could go the IBF route without an IBF belt. That's the first thing. right, in regards to that statement. The second thing is the only sanctioning body that has rules where you can move up right away and challenge for the belt is the WBO. Okay, the WBO allows you to do the mandatory right away. That's the only sanctioning body that allows you to do that. No other sanctioning body allows you to do that. You can move up and be placed in the top 5, but you cannot move up and challenge the champion right away. And we all know Errol Spence Jr. was trying to fight Jeff Horn, meaning Jeff Horn, Errol Spence would have collected that belt and probably would have been undisputed by now and moved out of the division. Okay, so now let's turn our attention to the. I think the brother said something in regards to Bud's level of competition at 147 pounds. He mentioned Danny Garcia, right? He didn't really big up Danny Garcia as a credible opponent or anything along those lines. But just to talk about that a little bit, Sean Porter beat Danny Garcia, which is a guy that Terrence Crawford stopped. Which I might add, the only fighter to stop Sean Porter was a Terrence Bud Crawford. Okay, so let me make that clear. And then the brother said something like Earl's done more work in the division, something along the lines of heavy lifting. I don't think he said those words, but he probably wanted to say that because Errol Spence says that a lot, right? That he's done the heavy lifting. But my question is, if Errol Spence is doing the heavy lifting, why is he fighting guys that have been beat before? Okay, this is Errol Spence's first weight division. He's been in the same weight division for the last 10 years. If we really keeping it a buck, Terrence Bud Crawford, this is his third weight division, and he's done what Errol Spence has done. And he's been in 3 weight divisions, became undisputed in 1 in the same time it took for Errol Spence to collect 1 belt. So I don't know about all this heavy lifting or all this tough competition that Errol Spence is beating, when in reality, when you think about his opponents, he hasn't fought as many undefeated fighters as Terrence Crawford. He hasn't been in as many unification bouts as a Terrence Bud Crawford. He hasn't gone to any other weight division like a Terrence Bud Crawford. We can go down the list, accomplishment for accomplishment. He hasn't achieved anywhere near as much as a Terrence Bud Crawford. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Pass the mic to my brother. Go ahead, fam.
All right, with time to spare. All right, Ricky. Let me get the timer going. We got 5 minutes on the rebuttal. I got 190 watching, 151 likes. Y'all please hit the like button, man. Let's get as many people in here as possible. All right, man. 5 minutes for your rebuttal. It's on you, bro. Go ahead.
You can't make this stuff up, right? You dropped the IBF belt. Why? When y'all keep, not y'all, nobody on this panel, but Bud fans keep saying he been calling for Errol since time of turn. So you dropped the one route to the fight for the dude you was calling for. Okay. Janet Jackson. Y'all know who Janet Jackson is, right? Had a hit single back in the 80s, early 90s, right? What have you done for me lately? It's funny how that only applies when people want to apply it, when it applies to Bud Crawford, right? Oh, Sean Porter, he beat Sean Porter. He knocked him out like nobody else, right? Right?
An enemy has been slain.
But Errol beat him first.
An enemy has been slain.
Right? And then it's Bud's accomplishment. Oh, this all he did at 135 and 140, right? But then when we say Errol did the heavy lifting in the current division, it's nothing. It's nada. All for Bud Crawford, though, right? No other fighter gets these acclaims but Bud Crawford. Nobody else get this grace but Bud Crawford.
Shut down.
Right?
Enemy double kill.
And I again ask, if the easy route meant what it meant, what you said, Boxer Die, what did it mean for Bomac when he said it? Now we want to push Crawford away from the people he paid to represent him and make choices in his career. Oh, it wasn't Bud. That's it, Daddy. It was Bo Mack. It was Bernie. So do they work for him or the other way around? Are they with him or not? Who do we believe? Right? Because if we want to believe what men say, because men move a certain way, and we want to hold accord to what men say out their mouth, then at this point, we shouldn't be even expecting an Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, correct? Easy route. The easy route. When everybody knows in the year of 2018, 2019, and 2020, before the pandemic, that the PBC had all the elite welterweights. I need you to listen.
Did you hear what I said?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Had all the elite welterweights. You know right now, you know exactly how Top Rank have all the elite 135 pounders.
Shut down.
You know this street that exists, that people want to act like they made it up for them, even though it was purse splits and streets back in Floyd Mayweather's day and Roy Jones Jr.'s day. Easy route.
Shut down.
When you could have came over to where the money was being made and signed with a black business, you know, because Bud all about the civil rights movement with Sue and Bob, you know, the case that hasn't been refiled. The easy route. The easy route. Again, a route means that there's a journey to accomplish something. And if we being honest, if we keeping it a buck, one welterweight has been moving to accomplish something in the division, and one other has been babysitting the belt he got at the first fight since he been at the 147-pound weight division, and his name is Bud Crawford. And the man that, has you been saying, as Errol fans we like to say, did all the heavy lifting was Errol Spence Jr. Tell me what's easy about that.
You doing, Rick? You got 30 seconds. All right, man. Look, I'm about to put the poll up. Y'all can be quiet. Y'all can talk a little shit to each other. Don't matter to me. Loyal to the game box and talk my brother Kwame back in that super chat with the $2. Says, nigga beat in Dungo. I rest my case. Kwame. Somebody who want to debate loyal to the game, bro? Loyal to the game is in here.
And Dongo was a unified champion, wasn't he?
He debating, bro. He debating and ain't nobody debating you, bro. Mr. Turner with the $10 in the super chat. He said, I hate when people act like facts don't exist. Keep going. Power to the people. All right, let me get the poll up. Look, man, both of these brothers cooked. Vote unbiasedly as best you can. But at the end of the day, both of these brothers is doing their thing right now. We're going to get to round 2 in just a second. Let me put the poll up one time. All right. And subscribe to both of these brothers as well, man. They both taking time out of their day. They got their own channels. They're taking time out of their day. The least we can do is support these content creators by subscribing to their channel and checking out their content. These are both great boxing minds. They don't just talk Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. So please subscribe to Ricky Williams and subscribe to Box or Die, bro. Y'all have to, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how we get people to want to participate. This is how we get people to want to be a part of this movement that we're trying to get going, is by showing them the respect and showing them the gratitude of taking time to talk boxing for us by at least subscribing to their channel and going and checking out their content and hitting the like button on all of their videos. Both of their links in the description. Y'all gonna hear me say that between every single round. I want them to come back to me because I rock with both of them. They need to come back to me saying that they grew from this debate and that they both gain more subscribers. So please go subscribe to their channels. 219 people in here with 178 likes. Just a little quick math. That's about 40 people ain't hit the like button, bro. It's about 40 people ain't hit the like button. So please hit the like button. Everybody, Get your votes in because right before I start the rebuttals for round 2, I'm closing the voting for round 1. So everybody get your votes in. Who do you think won round 1? Let's get to round 2. In this round, Ricky will go first since he went second in the last round. Ricky, it is on you. Round 2 for this part. You have unlimited time to speak, and it's a very simple question. Who the duck, bro? Who is the duck? We want to know who the duck is. Go ahead and talk your shit, man. I'm going on mute.
Man, Bud Crawford's the duck, bro. He been ducking Errol Spence since time eternal, man. Clout chasing this dude. When he first was moving to 147, everybody talking about that he was calling for Errol Spence. This man never said Errol Spence's name. He was calling for Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. Again, like I said, bro, I done said this on my channel and I say it here. If you're trying to fuck a bad bitch, you go to where the bad bitch is at. Perfect example. To put this on another fighter, Devin Haney had no leverage. He had one belt that people wasn't recognizing. To get his shot, he had to eat a shit sandwich to come over and make a move over the top rank. Crazy part is this. Everybody knows in boxing, casuals, boxing insiders, the boxing corporation as a whole. Bud fans have said, Errol fans have said, you name it, or said out their mouth with no remorse, quicker than you can blink your eyes, Bob Arum ain't shit. Bob Arum ain't nothing. Bob Arum don't promote black fighters. Bob Arum's never make the big fight with black fighters, right? Get away from him as soon as possible. Get away from him. He ain't no good for you. He don't know how to promote black fighters. Bud signed with him twice. Signed with him twice. When the welterweight division was at its highest peak and as hot as it could been. Because I don't care what y'all say. You can lie all you want. You can say this and that. But before the pandemic, no one knew the future except the government. But no one knew the future. But at the time, when Bud Crawford was able to be released, when he was done with Bob Arum, he re-signed with that man. He re-signed with him, knowing he was going to be at 147, knowing that all the competition was over at PBC. Now, what everybody's going to run with is this boogeyman. Oh, he was the boogeyman. Nobody wanted to fight him. This is a business first. This is a business first, and it's a sport second. Bud doesn't sell. He didn't sell then. He won't sell now. So no one was ducking him. There's no point of fighting a fighter who's not going to put ass in the seats, especially when you on top of your game, especially when you have a bevy of welterweights to rotate throughout your roster, just like Top Rank at this point with the 135-pound division. And nobody says any of that shit that they be saying for Bud. Nobody was saying that shit about Tio and fucking Lomachenko. He said, does you guys in DSG sell Tyrese? To answer you in the chat, yes, they do. Both of those fighters got more pay-per-view sales than Bud Crawford. Ugas has 2 fights and sold more than Bud Crawford. These are facts. Again, y'all need to understand the business of it because the business is what stopped the fights from happening. Right? Duck number 2. He comes out and files a lawsuit against he says in the same breath on his final fight with Top Rank, Errol Spence is ducking me. But then comes out not even 2 hours later on the same broadcast and say it's Bob that couldn't make the fight. If Bob can't make the fight while I was with him, how he gonna make the fight now? He leaves Bob, has total anonymity in his business practices, and the fight's still not made. You rush into this man. You off the porch, puppies off the porch, the gate is wide open, no chain. Still no fight. Errol Spence not paying you. How can the A side price themselves out? The A side is presenting you with a paycheck. The A side's network is financing the fight for you. How can an A side price themselves out? Duck number 2. You get away from Bob. You file a lawsuit saying that it was racially motivated, the reason you didn't get the fights you get. Nothing becomes of it. The internet goes crazy. He drops it and doesn't refile. Errol Spence beats Ugas in a dominating performance. You know, somebody Bud hasn't fought professionally. Dismantles him. You know, because Bud fans love to use the example. Well, he did that to Sean Porter. Yep. Sure did. Janet Jackson. Dismantles him. Posted on Twitter, because you know how Bud loved to post on Twitter. I'm not signing nothing till the Ugas fight is done. Ugas fight's finished. Where's our fight? Where's our fight? Every time we see EJ speaking on the mic right now, hey, that fight getting made. I'm positive it made. What we got to do to get it made? We see Bud. I hope it happened. Maybe it might happen down the line. We see Bomac again, the guy y'all want to push him away from, like they don't work together, like they don't have a business plan, like they don't talk in conference. And he say 50-50 or no fight, when clearly he's the B-side. If it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, swim like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a goddamn duck. I'll relinquish the mic.
Already. Shout out to Mr. Turner with a $10 super chat. Says subscribing to Ricky right now. Speak them facts, bro. And Mr. Turner, go subscribe to Box or Die as well. Mr. Gumbo with the $5 in the super chat says salute knockout. This dude can't win on a spin supported channel. Shaking my hand. Mr. Gumbo, I resent that. I'm a truth supporting channel, bro. I tell you what, Mr. Gumbo, tell me where you seen me lie, bro. Mr. Gumbo, tell me the time you seen me lie, bro. Tell me the time you seen me lie, and then we can have a conversation, Mr. Gumbo. But shout out to you, Mr. Gumbo. I know you always support, man, so I appreciate you. I think I got a couple more down here. Let me get to them. Give me a second, and we're going to get a mic to Box or Die. Shout out to my brother ABN with the $5 in the super chat. He says, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, keep doing your thing, fam. You and KQKC be holding it down. And Bud, nobody believes you. I appreciate that super chat, my brother. And shout out to Post Up with that super chat with the $5. He says, thanks for the wrench, KO. Was wondering, did you get a chance to watch the Marty Brown interview about Spence and Crawford? Post Up, I have not. If you can send it to my email, which is in the description, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. I get a lot of information, bro. So if you can send that by, I will definitely look at it and make some content on it for you, bro. Just send that over to me. I think there's one more down here at the bottom. Yep, right there. Oh, I missed. There it is. Shout out to my brother Jermaine Bean with the $2 in the super chat. Easy 10-8 round out the gate for Ricky. Jermaine Bean, we don't know because we ain't heard the brother King David talk yet. But King David, it's on you, bro. Who is the duck? Floor is yours. Go ahead and talk your shit, man. Unlimited time for this round before we get to the rebuttal segment. Do your thing, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, salute everybody in the chat, man. All the haters and all the you know, man, all the supporters, man. Salute to y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get the cooking on this one, though. You know what I'm saying? But you know, obviously, man, you know, my contention is that Errol Spence Jr. has been ducking Terrence Bud Crawford for the last 4 years. You know what I mean? And you know, my reason is real simple. My reasoning is real simple, man. You know what I mean? Errol Spence has done nothing but build barriers, create obstacles, and completely contradict himself over the last 4 years, leading guys like and other boxing fans to believe he don't want to fight with a Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. You know? And in order to explain this properly, man, I got to go back 4 years. You know what I mean? And when Terrence Bud Crawford was moving from 140 to 147. So buckle up because we gotta take a ride through memory lane real goddamn quick.
Shit, we strapped in, homie. Shit, you got unlimited time. Talk your shit. Do you think?
Yes, sir. We gonna get all the way into it. So so we're gonna go back 4 years. We're gonna go back to the time where Bud Crawford was moving from 140 to 147, and Terrence Bud Crawford announced to the world that he wanted to face all the top welterweights. You know what I mean? And if you recall correctly, at the time, Manny Pacquiao, Earl Spence, and Keith Thurman were the champions at the time, right? So obviously any reasonably thinking human being would assume that Terrence Bud Crawford was calling them out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just common sense at this particular point. So at that point, that's when the thing started to move. You know what I mean? But shortly after, both Keith Thurman and Earl Spence responded to Terrence Bud Crawford coming up to the welterweight division, and they responded that Bud Crawford needed to get a belt first. So we got to stop right here. We got to stop right here because you're telling a undisputed champion at 140 pounds, a lineal champion, by the way, at 140, a lineal champion at 135, and a champion at 135 that he needs to get a belt first, which, if you think about it, it's a little asinine in itself because Terrence Bud Crawford at that particular point in time has proved itself to be one of the best fighters in the world, top 3 pound for pound fighter after becoming undisputed, the first modern day undisputed champion. So it was very weird, very weird for him to say that first and foremost. So that's barrier number one. Why does Terrence Bud Crawford need to get a belt after becoming an undisputed champion at 140 pounds, moving up to 147 pounds? So now, with that said, Bud Crawford still had to prove himself, right? And I know what a lot of dudes want to say. A lot of dudes going to say, well, Bud Crawford hadn't proved himself, right? Bud Crawford, he still needed to prove himself as a welterweight. He's not a true welterweight. He need to get in the ring with some true welterweights. That's what a lot of dudes want to say. Bud's moving up. He got to prove himself. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then you got to explain why Earl Spence Jr. decided to fight Mikey Garcia, a dude coming up from 135 pounds up to 147 pounds in his first fight. If the case is that Bud Crawford's not a credible welterweight at that weight division. So first and foremost, we need to understand that. First and foremost, if you're saying that Bud Crawford has improved himself at 147, then you got to explain to the world why you decided to fight Mikey Garcia, a 135 pounder, moving up to 147 in his first fight. Okay, so we got to make sure that we get that first and foremost out the way. So we got barrier number one, and we got contradiction number one from Earl Spence Jr. Okay, let's keep it pushing though. So shortly thereafter, Bud Crawford successfully grabs the belt off of Jeff Horn in his first or second fight at 147 pounds, and he becomes the champion, right? He did what both Earl and Keith Thurman told him he needed to do in order to get a fight. So we need to make sure we make that clear first and foremost, right? So he does that, right? And now we got to go back to the Mo Hooker fight, right? Let's go back to that moment, because at that particular time, we hear Bud Crawford approaching an Earl Spence Jr. And the first question is, I got a belt. You told me when I got a belt that I'd be able to get a fight. So for anybody, first and foremost, that says that Earl Spence never told Bud Crawford to get a belt, Earl Spence admitted out of his mouth, he said yeah and agreed that he did in fact tell Bud Crawford he needed to get a belt, right? So at that particular time, Bud Crawford's approaching Earl Spence about the fight, and any grown man, any dude with any kind of real pride or honor about himself, right there at that particular point in time, they would have honored what they said, and they would have fought the dude that they told to get the belt, not only because it's a thing a grown man to do to honor his word, but also because Terrence Bud Crawford, he had a belt, he had a name. It was the biggest and best fight at that particular time. Some would maybe contend Mikey Garcia would be a bigger fight, but no one really knew at the time, because Mikey Garcia had never been on pay-per-view when a Bud Crawford had been on pay-per-view. So this is the understanding that we need to know first and foremost. But yet and still, Bud Crawford's met with yet another barrier, another hurdle, in which case now Earl Spence needs to take the easy route in order for the fight to happen, right? The easy route. So now, once again, the easy route comes into play. And again, like I said, another barrier, another hurdle in place, preventing the fight from happening, even though Earl Spence promised Terrence Crawford a fight after he got a belt. But let's keep it going, though. Let's keep it going. Hold on. Okay, so cool. Contradiction number 3, right? Earl Spence goes on a rant. He goes on a rant. He says, Bud Crawford is on the other side of the street. I fight for Showtime and Fox, right? I fight for Showtime and Fox. Bud Crawford's on the other side of the street. Why are we going to make that fight, right? Why would we do that, right? Which is very interesting because at the time, Wilder versus Fury 1, 2, and 3 also happened during that time, right? Those were cross-promotional fights at that particular time. It's also weird because Terrence Bud Crawford had also fought 2 guys that were on PBC in a John Molina and a Felix Diaz, right? Also PBC fighters, but why is it that there's a problem with the other side of the street when it comes to a Terrence Bud Crawford? And again, the other side of the street in contradiction number 3. Why is it the other side of the street for Terrence Bud Crawford, but it's not that same energy for Jeff Horn? Because once again, Jeff Horn was on the other side of the street, right? So why is it Earl Spence is so keen on fighting a Jeff Horn who's on the other side of the street when it's so impossible at this point to make a fight between the two? Why is it that Earl Spence is so keen on fighting the Jeff Horn who's on the other side of the street, but it becomes a problem for Terrence Bud Crawford? But to take things a step further, Earl Spence Jr. calls out Canelo Alvarez, who's another guy who's also on the other side of the street. So wait a minute. Help me understand, y'all. Earl Spence Jr. says that Bud Crawford's on the other side of the street, and it's a problem to make that fight. But it's not a problem for Canelo Alvarez and Jeff Horn. Y'all make this shit make sense to me, y'all. I'ma still knock out words. Y'all make this shit make sense to me. You know what I mean? How in the hell is it an issue for Earl Spence Jr. to fight Jeff Horn and Canelo Alvarez, but it's a problem for Bud Crawford? So, but let's keep it going, though. Let's keep it going. Because we got plenty more, actually. You know what I mean? We got plenty more. I was getting warmed up in that first round, but I'm pretty warm right now, y'all. Let's keep it going. You know what I mean? Then we get into contradiction number 4. Because again, all we've seen from Earl Spence over the last 4 years is barriers and hurdles, all these different rhymes and reasons as to why he can't get in the fight, get in the ring with a Terrence Bud Crawford. But yet and still, here we are again with another barrier and another hurdle. Earl Spence announces to the world that Bud Crawford got to take a 60-40, 70-30, 80-20 split, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on. Help me understand, fam. Bud Crawford got to take a 70-30 split, even though Earl Spence has never, and I repeat, never given anybody a 70-30 split. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? This is sound like a man who really wants to fight. You know what I mean? But I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna say, oh, Earl was joking. A kiki and a kaka. Earl Spence was joking. He didn't mean none of that shit. He was joking. I remember that interview. Y'all remember the interview. I was joking. I was playing around, y'all. Okay, cool. But what about the 60-40? What about the 60-40 split, right? And I know y'all in the comment section, y'all thinking the same thing that I know y'all thinking. Earl Spence is the bigger draw. Earl Spence is this. Right, okay. Well, let me get this straight, though. Bud Crawford is supposed to take a 60-40 split when that's the same split that Danny Garcia got? So hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. Danny Garcia got a 60-40 split with no belt. And Danny Garcia got a 60-40 split with 2 losses. Danny Garcia got a 60-40 split with no belt or pay-per-view experience But Terrence Bud Crawford, the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, is supposed to take the same thing that Danny Garcia took? Okay, y'all really got to make this shit make sense to me, y'all. Because Earl got 3 belts, right? So each belt is supposed to represent a percentage, right? So if that's the case, right, and Earl got 3 belts, or at the time he had 2 belts, right? Danny Garcia had no belts. So that must mean that Danny Garcia should have got paid nothing the whole time, right? Because Earl had 2 belts, Danny had 0 belts, so Earl should have took all the money, right? Yeah, y'all really got to make this shit make sense to me, you know what I mean? All the way across the board. But let's keep it going, though, because we're going to go right into contradiction number 4, right? And contradiction number 4 is the fact that after Bud Crawford finally, right? He gets done with Top Rank. He fires his promoter. He's done with Top Rank, right? He makes the effort to cross the street in order to get an Earl Spence Jr. fight. Earl Spence Jr., as soon as that happens, pays Stanionis step aside money in order to get a Ugas fight right after Bud Crawford became a free agent. So hold on, y'all. You mean to tell me that Earl Spence Jr. wants a fight with a Terrence Bud Crawford, even though he paying guys step aside money so he can fight them in lieu of a Terrence Bud Crawford? So here's the other thing that I need y'all to understand, y'all out there listening. Why is it that there are no guarantees that a fighter is gonna make it from one fight to the next? So each and every time a fighter stalls a fight, essentially what they're saying is, I really rather not fight you. If it comes to the point where I do have to fight you, I may, but I really rather not fight you. And that's been Earl Spence Jr.'s philosophy this entire time when it comes to a Terrence Bud Crawford over the last 4 years. I really had rather not fight you, and I was hoping something happened to you prior to me getting to you, so that way I can avoid the fight. But since how you're still there and I almost got no choice at this particular time, let me try to see if I can get the fight, right? That's what it is at this particular point. And let me respond real quick to what my brother said, because my brother made some points, so we got to get to that real quick before we close up. He mentioned Bob Arum, right? But again, it's always blame Bob, but there's no issues with the fights that are able to be made cross-promotional between Top Rank and PBC. The Crawford John Molina fight was a cross-promotional fight with PBC, right? The Crawford Felix Diaz was another cross-promotional fight with PBC, right? Wilder Fury 2 and 3 were also cross-promotional fights with PBC. So explain to me why Bob Arum is an issue, right? Explain to me why it's an issue to sign with Bob when Bob Arum's paying you the highest guarantee as a welterweight. Do y'all not know that Terrence Bud Crawford is the highest paid welterweight? He has the highest net worth and he's the highest paid welterweight, right? So explain to me, what would it mean for you for a guy to cross the street, fire the promoter that was paying him the most amount of money in order to take a pay cut fighting an Earl Spence Jr.? I'm gonna need y'all to really make this shit make sense to me though. And then the brother also said something like, Bud don't sell, right? I think that's what he said. Bud don't sell. So your Dennis Ugas does, right? That's what he said. He said, and then he brought up Ugas, and then he said, well, Ugas got more pay-per-view sales than a Bud Crawford. But he's forgetting to mention, of course, he's forgetting to mention the fact, I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional, but the 2 pay-per-views that he's talking about were with Manny Pacquiao, the second highest selling pay-per-view guy of all time, right? And an Earl Spence Jr. But the Earl Spence Jr. could only go off the numbers off of a Manny Pacquiao in order to give Ugas the split he got, which is 50-50, right? So really we can only use the Manny Pacquiao numbers And then when we use the Manny Pacquiao numbers, we need to understand Manny Pacquiao's like the second or third highest selling pay-per-view guy in history. And in his fight with Yordenis Ugas, he did the lowest sales or the lowest pay-per-view numbers ever in history for a Manny Pacquiao fight. And that's because nobody knew who the fuck Ugas was. Right? And that's no disrespect to Ugas. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that Bud Crawford can't sell, but Ugas can, or Danny Garcia can, or Sean Porter can, because at the end of the day, none of them dudes were on pay-per-view prior to an Earl Spence Jr. fight, right? And then the brother said something about how can the A-side price themselves out? Oh, that's easy. 70-30, 80-20 is clearly a price out, because once again, Earl Spence has never given anybody a 70-30, 80-20 split. Not Sean Porter, not Danny Garcia, not Mikey Garcia. Nobody, fam. And then he also said something, and this is the last point I'm going to make, and I'm going to close it all the way out. I'm going to conclude it, and I'm going to close it out. But then he also said, Bud said, I hope we can make it happen. But of course, he doesn't mention all the dozens and dozens of times Earl Spence was asked about a Bud Crawford fight, and the only thing that came out of his mouth was, we'll see. Of course, he don't want to mention that. But in conclusion, Earl Spence Jr. has been ducking turns Bud Crawford for the last 4 years. It's written in the sky. All the facts and everything line up with it. You know what I mean? And that's all there is to it. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass the mic.
All right, man. Real quick, shout out to my brother-in-law. I'm your daddy with the $30 in the super chat. He says, keep grinding. Shout out to, I missed a couple here too. Shout out to Candor21 with that super sticker with the $20 in the super chat. Shout out to Tyrese Bowie. If I'm saying your last name wrong, bro, I apologize, but they look like Bowie to me. With the $2 in the super chat, he says, cook, box, or die. He won't horn. That's a dagger. Tyrese Bowie back in that super chat with the $2. He said, box or die second. TKO start the post-fight interview. My brother Andre Williams in the super chat with the $2. He said, why haven't Bud fought for a belt since Jeff Horn? Shout out to Mr. Turner with the $10 in the super chat. When did Earl ever say he wanted to fight Horn out his mouth? Let me know. Shout out to Mr. Shelton with the $2 super chat. Bud's fans don't buy his pay-per-views. It's y'all fault, he said. Shout out to my beautiful wife with the $10 in the super chat. Thank you, baby. She say smash the like button. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. 230 likes, 253 people in here. We got 23 people still ain't hit the like button. Please, please, please smash the like button. And shout out to Andre Williams again in that super chat with the $2. He say pay-per-views, ? Bud can't sell lemonade at a lemonade stand. And then shout out to my brother Mr. Shelton again with the $2 in super chat. Says just making it up as you go along, huh? All right, and then let me go back. I think I saw another super chat come through. Give me 1 second. Oh, shout out to Mr. Turner coming through heavy with that $100 in the super chat. Thank you so much for your support, Mr. Turner. You showing up and showing out today. I appreciate you. Says, the fuck is this man talking about? Earl has been through more ish than Bud, and Bob was being sued because Bud sued his butt for not getting the damn fights he supposedly wanted. So stop. All right, Ricky, rebuttal round. Let me get to... And I appreciate you again, Mr. Turner, man. There's a lot of support, and I appreciate you spending your money, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the content, man. We're trying to get as many of these debates for y'all as possible. But in order to get them, y'all got to smash the like button. And I know it's 254 people in here. Listen to me, bro. You may be agreeing with Boxer Die right now. You may be agreeing with Ricky right now. I don't care. As you can see, I ain't cutting nobody out. So all that shit people try to say about me cutting people off, just you see what the facts are when we have a debate going up here on this channel. But with that being said, they don't just talk Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. So if you're a Terrence Crawford fan and you don't like what Ricky is saying, I'm sure he got content. He got fighter ratings. He do old fighters, new fighters, young fighters, champions. He got everything he talking about on his channel, bro. Not just Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. So go subscribe to him. His link is in the description. Same with Boxer Dot. Maybe you ain't a Terrence Crawford fan, but maybe you like Demetrius Andrade. Maybe you are the camp that Canelo is a duck. Maybe you just like boxing content in general. He does not just talk Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford on his channel. He talks about boxing as a whole. We got great boxing minds up here, and they deserve our respect by simply hitting on the link I provided for you guys and subscribing to their channel. If you guys aren't subscribing, if you aren't rocking with them, if you're not showing the debaters that are taking they time to spend with us, that they can grow from doing this, that we support them and we appreciate them, then people are not going to want to sign up for the debate series. So please support both of these brothers and do everything you can to go watch their content and subscribe to the channel. I don't want to be on my soapbox, so I'm going to be quiet. Ricky, I don't mean to cut you off in the flow. Let me get this last little super chat, bro, and then we're going to get back to it. Shout out to Post Up with the $5 in the super chat. Says Ricky dude just cooked himself. Was not, bro. Listen, I love y'all support, bro, but y'all gotta stop. We don't throw alley oops and assistant shit, man. But he says Ricky dude just cooked himself with some of these talking points. He actually killed some of his own arguments. Post Up, I appreciate the support, but guys, please let these guys debate. I had Kwame in here earlier trying to debate. Post Up offering points, and I think I just got a cash app too, man. Shout out to who is this right here? Shout out to, give me 1 second here. It's loading up, man. Shout out to my brother Educated Jab, man, with the $3 in the super chat, man. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Always showing support to the channel. All right, rebuttal round. It's on Ricky. We got 5 minutes for the rebuttal. Then we're moving on to the final round that will be judged. Let me get my timer going. All right, Ricky, rebuttal round. It's on you. Timer starts now, man. Do your thing.
Box or die. Great points, man. Great points. I gotta give you your respect. But you said a word again. You said it at the beginning. Words mean something. Contradictions. You said that. You made the point that EJ said maybe we'll see. Bud been saying the fight's not gonna happen. Period. He said it. It's on tape. EJ said it, but then his own management team, Bud's own management team come out and say the same thing. But it's different for Bud. It's just weird how selective y'all are with what EJ says, and y'all hear what y'all want. But the one thing I know I heard for the last 3.5 years is that Tyrone Davis, my apologies, Bud Allen Crawford has been saying unequivocally that this fight is not going to happen. You said that each belt is worth 10%, right? So if the belts don't count now that EJ have them, why do the belts count when Bud had them? Please pick the story. Right? Please pick the story. And yeah, you're right. Those fighters didn't have pay-per-views, right? Those fighters never fought pay-per-views, but they still do better numbers than Bud, who's got 3. We have to keep acknowledging, we have to acknowledge that boxing is part of the business. Right? It shows that EJ is a bigger draw. Since those guys, like you said yourself, are sub-tier fighters. So with that being said, when you walk in your femininity, Bud Crawford, you can't pick off the plate. You got to take it all, my guy. When you're walking in your femininity, I need y'all to listen. I got a bunch of background noise. Thank you. Right? When you walking in your femininity, you got to take it all off the plate, Bud. So when EJ told you to go get a belt, you did it. When he told you to take 60-40, you should have done it. And now out the A side, then sent you a contract, because again, what the fans were saying. Just call him out. Say his name. Right? He Candyman. All you got to do is say Bud's name. Call him out. You call him out, no fight. The A side sends you a contract. You don't sign it. And all those points you made, everything you went around You still haven't gave me an answer of when Errol Spence said, no, this fight is not happening. You can go on YouTube, chat. You can go on YouTube right now, do a search, and find Bud Crawford saying at least 3 times he don't want to fight Errol Spence. The fight's behind me. I've done more than I did in his little career. I don't need him. You know what? I'll move up and fight Jermell Charlo. If it walks like a duck, if it talks like a duck, if it swims like a duck, it's a duck. I relinquish the money.
Already. Now I apologize, Ricky. That's my fish tank. Y'all can't see I got a big ass fish tank behind me, so that's what you heard, man. I apologize. I didn't mean to mess up your flow, bro. So my apologies to you, fam. All right, Boxer Die, man, it's on you, bro. You got 5 minutes for your rebuttal, and your time starts now. Do your thing.
Yeah. Salute, man. Once again, man, salute to my opponent, Ricky Williams. Salute to you, Knockout. Salute to the chat, all my haters out there, and all the supporters, man. Appreciate all y'all, man. But let me make some quick points to respond to what the brother said. The brother said that Bud made some statements in regards to the fight not happening. You know what I'm saying? You know, I always find it very interesting when people bring up that point, when they say the fight ain't happening, right? They always say that, but they never bring up the 3.5 years, the 3 years prior to Bud making that statement. You know what I mean? They always forget about that part. They always want to bring up that Bud said the fight ain't happening, which I always find very fascinating, right? And then the other part about that as well, right, is you can find me 1 or 2 interviews. Bud Crawford is saying the fight ain't happening, but I can find you at triple or quadruple that saying I'm looking for you, Earl. Where you at? Errol Spence has been ducking. You know what I mean? My thing is all the picking and choosing about what Bud quotes we're gonna use. You know what I mean? Whenever it suits our purposes. You know what I mean? You wanna talk about Bud saying that the fight ain't gonna happen, but you don't want to talk about the 3 years. You don't want to talk about the easy route. You don't want to talk about the get a belt first, all the hurdles that Errol Spence jumped through. Bud Crawford jumped through in order to make this fight happen with Errol Spence Jr. It's always convenient for y'all to leave that out. And then other thing, right? The brother also mentioned the fighters, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, and these guys having somehow better pay-per-view numbers than a Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm just trying to figure out how. Where's the track record? Where's the history of pay-per-views that supports what it is that you're saying, right? And then the other part of that, right, is you're giving these fighters credit for the pay-per-views that they did with Errol Spence. But hold on. I thought Errol Spence was the big fish. I thought he was the cash cow. I thought he was the man, right? So how is it that we can give Danny Garcia, Yordenis Ugas, these other fighters that were along the easy route, credit for being a bigger draw than Bud Crawford when they have no track record and the only pay-per-view history they've ever done, meaning the only time anybody ever trusted them to be on a pay-per-view ticket is with Errol Spence Jr. So I don't get that. We really gotta pick an argument. Either he's the big fish and he's the guy that generates all these pay-per-views, or he's the guy who's fighting other big name fighters, and the two of them together make up a big pay-per-view or a successful pay-per-view. But it's always convenient how a lot of Errol Spence fans like to switch and they like to pick one. They like to say Errol's the big fish, but then they want to say Danny Garcia and Yordenis Ugas are pay-per-view stars. I'm just not understanding that. Nevertheless, let me address something else the brother said. Again, he mentioned that Errol Spence is that Bud Crawford is supposed to take a 60-40 split. But again, that's the same offer that Danny Garcia took. So how is it that you can expect Bud Crawford, the pound for pound #1 guy, right? Bud Crawford, a guy with a belt. Bud Crawford, a guy that's undisputed. Not undisputed, I'm sorry. A guy who's undefeated. How can you expect him to take the same offer that a Danny Garcia took with 2 losses, a Danny Garcia with no belt, a Danny Garcia with no history of pay-per-view. The two just don't add up. You know what I mean? And then I think the brother said one other thing, man. Okay, I think I already said that. Anyway, in conclusion, I'm just going to wrap it up right here and now. In conclusion, Errol Spence Jr. has been ducking Terrence Bud Crawford for the last 4 years. There's just facts on top of facts, points on top of points, proof on top of proof that back up what it is that I'm saying. I think I seen a brother in the comment section say, when did Errol Spence call out Jeff Horn? Well, brother, in the comment section, you need to do your research because there's video evidence of Errol Spence Jr. calling out Jeff Horn. You gonna say something, Knockout, or you just... I heard you coming.
Nah, go ahead. You got about 15 seconds. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap it up on that, man. I'm gonna pass the mic.
All right, shout out to Mr. Turner with that $10 in the super chat. Appreciate you coming through and showing love. Shout out to my brother BFTV Boxing in the building. BF got a debate tomorrow. Y'all come through tomorrow night. It's gonna be Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, but him and my brother OTB Boxing Class 1-on-1. They got a completely different topic with completely different rounds. So y'all come check them out tomorrow. The debate will start at about 8:15, 8:30. As soon as I get done giving my weekly picks for this week, BFTV Boxing and OTB Boxing Class, they gonna have they turn in the ring and they gonna have a debate, man. So y'all be sure to come check it out. I'm putting the poll up. Who do y'all think won round 2? It is up there for you guys to vote. Let me catch some more super chats and then we're gonna get straight to round 3, man. It'll be on the homie KD King David again. Because he went last in that round. So we switching up. We got Tyrese Bowie with another $2 in super chat. Tyrese, I appreciate you showing support to the channel, man. Thank you so much. He says, Ricky, you dead like boys in the hood. R.I.P. All right, shout out to my brother Tyrese Bowie with that super chat. Shout out to my brother Jamal Randall coming through with the $5 super chat. Jamal say, look up Bud TMZ interview in 2018. He said the fight will happen, but not right now. Then in 2019, Earl called Bud out and he got quiet. 4 years. Where Jamal, I appreciate you. And if you want to sign up for a debate, bro, you can hit my email. Y'all debating the debaters in the chat, bro. Y'all in the chat debating the debaters, bro. Like that shit crazy to me. It's funny, but I appreciate y'all supporting. Y'all just participating, man. It shows how passionate y'all are about the sport. Shout out to my brother D-Man Jr. with the $2 in the super chat. It says KO. Throw in the towel. Nah, I ain't throwing in the towel. These boys gonna fight to the end. Cause ain't nobody getting hurt for real. And before we start round 3, I see Mr. Shelton again showing love in the super chat with the $2. He said even Bud said Spence ain't ducking him, and he laughing out loud at it. Let me see here. I think that's all the super chats. Oh, we got Kui coming in with the super chat. I appreciate you, Kui. TWT, the winning team, with the $5 in super chat. She say Ricky Williams boxing like taking candy from a badass baby too easy. And shout out to Dub Right Side with the $2 in super chat. Says wow. In my KQKC voice, great show. Thank you so much, Dub. I appreciate you, bro, for always showing support to the channel. So again, I'm gonna keep beating. Y'all can say it's a dead horse. I don't give a damn, bro. We got 240 people in here. Subscribe to these brothers, man. They are taking time to entertain us. They prepared well and studied well for this. The least we can do is subscribe to their channels, show them some love. That way, they will spread the word that we do things right over here at Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and then maybe we can get more content creators to participate. We're trying to make this a thing and make it as big as possible. But here we go, man. We on the round 3, the final round that will be judged. And this one is, who do you blame if the fight doesn't happen? KD King David is going to be arguing that he is blaming Spence in the damn PBC. He don't care what y'all say. And then Ricky Williams is going to be arguing that he is going to be blaming Bud Crawford if the fight don't happen. This is the portion of the round that is unlimited. So KD, take your time, get your points out. Who do you blame if the fight doesn't happen, and why are you blaming them? Go ahead and talk your shit.
Yes, sir. Okay, once again, man, salute to everybody in the chat, all the haters and all the supporters, man. Salute to you, Knockout, man. You working hard out here, and salute to my opponent, Mr. Ricky Williams, man. Appreciate you, fam, for coming on through. You know what I'm saying? But let me get on into it, man. You know, as far as who I blame for the fight not happening, man, I blame Errol Spence Jr., man. I think that goes without saying. You know, just like Knockout mentioned earlier, you know, when it comes to why I'm handing out the blame to Errol Spence Jr., it's very simple. It's very simple. My reasoning for this is that if you look at history, we see that Terrence Bud Crawford has made all the efforts. He's made all the sacrifices in order to get the fight done. He's the one that got the belt when he was requested to get the belt by Errol Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman. He got the belt, right? That was hurdle number 1 / barrier number 1 that I covered a little bit earlier in my last segment. Okay. He waited on the easy route, right? Which another thing, right? 4 long years of easy route, 4 long years of Danny's and Sean's and Mikey's, all these dudes that could have waited after a Terrence Bud Crawford fight, right? Bud Crawford patiently waiting on all those fights to happen, right? There was a complaint about the other side of the street, in which case Bud Crawford said, oh, yeah, there's an issue with the other side of the street. Let me go ahead and let me eliminate that as a reason for you not making this fight with me, Errol Spence Jr. He fired his promoter that was paying him the most amount of money that any welterweight was making, right, at the time, or that is making, because to this day, no welterweight right now is making a guarantee of $6 million, period, point blank, period. And these are facts, you know what I'm saying? So, again, he fired his promoter in order to take a pay cut, making his way to the PBC side, leaving himself vulnerable, as a lot of people like to say, right? A man with no land, a man with no promoter, fired his promoter in order to ensure that this Errol Spence Jr. fight could happen. And again, man, Terrence Bud Crawford has made all the sacrifices in order to get the fight done. So in my eyes, it's very hard to believe that a guy who's made all these sacrifices, right? Who's put his career on the line, right? Who's done all these things on his end in order to make sure the fight happened. It's very hard for me to believe that a guy like that would go into a negotiation room and not be reasonable. On the other hand, we got Errol Spence Jr., who time after time, there's always a new excuse and a new barrier put in front of the fight, right? The easy route, the side of the street, the belt, all these different reasons, these random reasons on why the fight can't happen. So it's very hard for me to believe that Errol Spence is being reasonable in the negotiation table. So that's my reasoning. Straight to the point. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford has been trying to make this fight over the last 4 years. Errol Spence Jr. has not. It wasn't up until April of this year where Bud Crawford said Bud Crawford's name for the first time. You know what I mean? So, again, in my eyes, Errol Spence Jr. is almost forced to fight a fight that he really don't want to fight. And those are my thoughts on it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic on that.
All right, Ricky, unlimited round, bro. It's on you. Who do you blame if the fight doesn't happen? Go ahead and talk your shit, man. Unlimited for this portion.
Who do I blame, bro?
You know, man, you're Bud.
If this fight don't happen, it's Bud Crawford fault. What's wrong with y'all, bro? What sacrifices did he make? Being the highest paid welterweight with a guarantee over there fighting welterweight that had nothing for that man. Nothing. Like I told y'all before, man, you got to give Bud Crawford his props, bro. He's a good little fighter, my guy. He's a good little fighter. Right? All this chasing. The prom queen of King High School. You got her right there in front of you when she's still fresh. Get that man what he wants. Sign the paperwork. Where's our fight at? Where's our fight? It seems like Bud is more interested in being a coach than a fighter right now. Shout out to Mo Hooker. Sacrifices. What sacrifices did he make? The only thing that's going to stop this fight from happening is money. And because Bud Crawford was getting paid so much in a market where he was sheltered, because again, y'all want to distance away from Bob. Y'all want to believe Bob's lies. Y'all want to believe when he tell the truth, right? But Bob, the guy your man hired, told him, this guy's losing me money. So let me explain something to y'all about business again, because y'all play like business don't play a part in boxing. It's something called market value. What you really worth, right? Bud, while losing money, was getting $6 million paydays. You cannot go out on the market. Example, Eddie Hearn told y'all for a fact, it's on YouTube. We can't pick him up because we can't offer the money he been getting. He's getting overpaid. Where's the sacrifice? One belt since he been at 147. No attempt to go get any other belt. Where's the sacrifice? Sounds like he was really comfortable to me. It's not his fight. The issue is money. The issue is money. Since we like to go back in time to when he was 140 pound and a 5-division champion, let's go back in time, shall we? To a fight that we know that he was asking for, that we know he wanted. You know, the real person he was calling down at 2018 and 2014 when y'all say he was calling Errol when he ain't called that man's name once. When he was calling for Manny Pacquiao. You finally get the fight. The one fight you said, right? Yeah, those other fighters that Errol, you can't say what they'd have pulled. It's Errol Spence that was the draw. Fact. Well, we know for a fact that Manny Pacquiao is a draw. He brings a country with him. Manny Pacquiao sends a signed agreement. Bob gives him the sign to finally get the fight that you've been asking for. The real fight you've been asking for. The real one, not EJ. Right? The real fight you asking for. The one fight that could get you leverage. The one fight that could put your name in the mouth of everybody because you could beat and defeated the Manny Pacquiao. And what did Bo Mack, you know, the guy y'all want to push away from? The guy, even though Bud is still with him to this day, he was just with him on Saturday night when Mo Hooker got cooked by Billy Cobbs. I called that fight, by the way. Y'all want to push him away. Told y'all, live on tape. I told Bud not to sign that fight. We was waiting on the money. We wanted to make sure the money was guaranteed. Like any fighter get paid before the fight happens. That sounds like he ducked Manny Pacquiao to me. Oh, y'all don't want to hear that. If it walked like a duck, it talked like a duck, it moved like a duck, it swim like a duck, it's a goddamn duck.
That's all you got, Rick? All right, cool. Shout out to my brother Zulu Line with the $5 in the super chat. He say, is Bud gonna box or throw rocks? Then I got another one from Jermaine Bean. I missed it. There you go, right there. Shout out to my brother Jermaine Bean. He not getting up, Jim, with the $2 in the super chat. Box or Die has been knocked out. All right, man. All right, I see what y'all doing. All right, man. Look, rebuttal. It's the rebuttal round. It's on Box or Die. Box or Die. You got 5 minutes to rebuttal. Ricky, I'm gonna get my timer going. Let me see here. Here we go. All right, Box or Die. Floor is all yours. I'm going on mute. You got 5 minutes. I'll let you know when you get 30 seconds left if you get there, man. Go ahead and do your thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So let's address a few things the brother said, man. The brother said that he said something about the welterweights. Bud Crawford took fights as far as the welterweights, the other welterweights not having nothing for him. You know what I mean? I find that very interesting considering the fact that Bud Crawford stopped two of Earl's best opponents to date in Kell Brook and Sean Porter. I find it very interesting that all of a sudden Bud Crawford is supposed to be taking these easier fights that were some of Errol Spence's toughest fights in his career. Very interesting that all of a sudden now they're easy fights. But we know there's always going to be a movement of the goalposts when it comes to Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. We know that, when Bud Crawford beats him, they ain't shit. But when Errol Spence fights him, they're the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But let's keep it going, though. He said something about Bob losing money or something like that on Bud Crawford. I always find it very interesting that people that use Bob Arum quotes, because you never talk about the Bob Arum quotes when he said Errol Spence need to stay away from Bud Crawford if he got any sense, right? Which it seems like Errol Spence followed that advice to the T, because a nigga ain't go nowhere near Bud Crawford for the last 4 years. So let's go on that, and then let's move on to the next point. He said something about Eddie Hearn saying that he ain't signing Bud Crawford because he's unrealistic or something like that. But the facts are Eddie Hearn didn't want Bud Crawford because he didn't have the fights that Bud Crawford needs in his career, which is the Errol Spence Jr. fight, which is the Jermell Charlo fight, right? All them guys are over on the PBC side, right? Which brings me to my next point, right? Because the brother said something like, there's been no attempt on Bud Crawford's part to fight these guys on the PBC side of the street, right? But are we forgetting? Are we forgetting that Keith one time Thurman said he needed $10 million in order to fight a Terrence Bud Crawford, even though the niggas never made more than a guarantee of $2 million in a fight? Are we forgetting about that? Are we forgetting that Showtime Sean Porter, even before Bud Crawford fought him, said that $1 million was an insult, even though the nigga's highest guarantee was $2 million? Are we forgetting Danny Garcia was offered $2 million by Bob Arum only to completely walk away from the table, no questions asked? Are we forgetting about those things? Because it sounds like we seem to be forgetting about those things as far as no attempt. Because these dudes clearly didn't want no parts of a Terrence Bud Crawford. But then the brother also mentioned something along the lines of Bud Crawford ducking Manny Pacquiao, which I seems to be very interesting, because are we talking about the same Manny Pacquiao that needed $40 million guaranteed in order to get in the ring with a Terrence Bud Crawford? These are facts, y'all. Y'all can sit here and say I don't like what the hell I'm talking about, but these are facts. Google is your best friend, my friends. You know what I mean? Google is your best friend. But in any case, the same Manny Pacquiao needed $40 million up front in order to get in the ring with a Bud Crawford. But when it came to Errol Spence Jr., and I don't remember the purse off the top of my head, but we know that it was significantly less in order to get in the ring with a Errol Spence Jr. than what it was for Bud Crawford. So for somebody to say that Bud Crawford ducked Manny Pacquiao, I don't know about that one, my friend, because the facts don't back that up. They don't back it up at all. You know what I mean? And then he said that, what did he say? He said he didn't call Earl. You said he didn't call Earl's name or something along those lines, or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what the point is, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to pass the mic.
All right, man. With time to spare, you only win for 4 minutes. Shout out to my brother, loyal to the game, Boxing Talk, Kwame. Thanks for reminding me, bro. I don't know how I missed that shit, man. But shout out to you with the $5. He said Bomac just stated 50-50 or no fight because Bud has something EJ wants, like loser talk. So Earl doesn't have 3 belts. Fraudford wants. All right, yeah. Yo, salute family, salute. I'll be joining in on the VC, with a friend. Yeah, man, those are some pretty hot debates. Yeah, sorry that I wasn't able to connect with the chat. I was pretty much busy on my end, but yeah, man, I'm gonna be grinding out live streams, so like I'll be staying home most of the time, so for the time being, just gonna be doing these, just gonna try to get these hours in. But yeah, let's go. Yo, can you hear me?
Shield bash.
Yeah, so Shen is supposed to have something with shield bash. If you apply shield bash damage using your passive shield, it's supposed to give you energy back. Like, the E thing that gives you your energy back if you deal damage with an ability? Well, shield bash is supposed to count.
Yeah, to give more sustain, right?
Yeah, but That would not count for anything similar to that, so I'm very surprised that that's apparently supposed to count.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that strange.
Yeah, the only reason I know that is because they supposedly buffed Shen. I looked at it and it's, his energy refund upon dealing damage with passive? Question mark
Do you
or
wanna
E?
know? Do you want to know what's also messed up?
I don't know.
I heard that Riot is now looking forward to. Well, I mean, this is like a rumor, but I heard Riot is planning on changing up all the jungle camps, so that way jungling can be like a lot more macro based, like versus micro based.
I genuinely think the jungle camps are pretty terrible in general, so I'm not necessarily against them reworking those.
Yeah, I think jungling is actually pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I think honestly, if you cannot farm your champion properly to level 6, there's no reason for jungle to exist, because you really can't have like a proper lane, because it's like, what if I get perma invaded by by the enemy jungler, and it's like if I can't hit level 6 before they do, then that puts me at a massive disadvantage.
I've said this before and I'll say this again. You should have to go through lane to get to river until 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
So they have to show that they're going to try to invade you from a lane. They can't just do it for free.
Yeah, I got it.
Until 5 minutes. The problem is that certain characters would just ignore that. So I don't know how you would do it to fix that. Because Kayn just goes through walls, any character with a dash would just go through walls, and it's like, well, that doesn't help anything.
Yeah, from what I heard is that they're gonna be like modifying, the blue buff and red buffs, and then they're also gonna be modifying the chickens, the golems, basically everybody that's basically vital to the jungle camps. And I think that they're also gonna add pets to the jungle camps, so therefore you could just purchase pets to like give you, buffs for certain champions and shit. But I don't know what exactly they're gonna do, but I just find like the changes to be a little bit weird. So,
ooh, that's a Xin Zhao jungle. Yeah.
I don't know. Should I go Nasus?
I don't know.
Yeah, I probably should.
I don't know what I'm going. Because I need to know what the mid laner's doing. If he goes AD, I'm basically just fucked. Or I have to fuck the team by going AD, which is not great.
Yeah, so I actually used a pretty OP Tryndamere build earlier. And the build that I use is I go Iceborne Gauntlet, I go Berserker Greaves, and then I get me Demonic Embrace, and then I go Cosmic Drive, and then I go Death Cap, and then I go Nashor's Tooth.
What's the mid laner doing?
And then I sell my boots for I can sell it for like a Zhonya's, but I mean if I want more like attack speed, then I'll just go with like Phantom Dancer, or maybe Navori Quick Blades. But yeah, like I tried it out earlier, and it was actually pretty hyper OP. I'm not gonna lie.
Alt Hunter? Relentless Hunter? I don't know, man. No, I just don't like Relentless Hunter. Alright. Well, we'll see how I do here. I'm not expecting this to be the easiest jungle, because I don't actually know how I do into Xin Zhao as a character.
Oh, you're doing jungle?
Yeah, I got forced into the jungle, and it's Mordekaiser. Okay.
Oh, okay, so I got Xin Zhao top. That's gonna be a good lane for me.
I don't know about that. It's not a bad lane necessarily. Oh, no, it is actually, sorry. He's got tempo.
No, because it's like the only thing I need to do is just farm, and then I could just basically wait till 6, and then I could fight. But usually, like, I have like a pretty good outing with him. It's just
Well, the thing is he's going for cheese. He's every time you walk up the farm, he's just going to all in you every single time.
yeah.
Because that's just how it works. Even if you had a fucking massive wave because of lethal tempo and how that procs with his passive and bullshit, he's just going to fucking run you over and not take actual damage to the minions. It's dumb, it's stupid, and I don't understand why people don't do it more, because it is just that dumb and stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really hyper engage a lot. I just kind of wait for my opportunity. So I usually just, you know, take it easy. But I mean, if Xin Zhao is fed, then I usually just have to farm, you know, until I'm actually confident enough of fighting. But I thought Xin Zhao, he was like really weak, you know, this overall season. So I wasn't thinking he was that powerful to begin with.
Do I want to start? I probably want to start outside.
Yeah.
I should have worked the other way, I think. Oh well. It's really bad because he's a single camp clearer.
Yeah.
Well, no, not Mordekaiser, sorry. It's Xin Zhao.
That actually doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna start his spread off. He's gonna start his spread first. He might do some blue, but I doubt it.
Yeah, Xin Zhao just caught me from the bush. I find it surprising that he chipped like a good amount of damage out of my health. Yeah, so I actually heard that there's another Nasus skin coming out for Nasus. I think it's called the Star Guardian Royal. Basically, Nasus looks like a Gundam. He looks like a Leaf Gundam character, you know, from like one of those, you know, Japanese, you know, animes. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to getting that skin. Well, I can automatically get it through like a skin mod, you know, software, but I'm gonna try it out on the PvE. Yeah, so supposedly there's like pay-to-win skins that you could like use to like actually win games.
Yeah, Blitzcrank is the most well-known one of those, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, well, which one? The victorious one?
No, Blitzcrank.
Oh, yeah, like, the one that looks like you know, iRobot?
Yeah, that's the one.
He looks like iRobot, or he looks like the robot from, WALL-E. Like, you know, like WALL-E, like the Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's so funny, like, it's, like, so cringy. Every time I see that. Also, another thing, I would like for Riot to like make it easier for you to farm too, so therefore people can stop like freezing lanes and shit. Cause it's like I find that to be like massively unfair.
Freezing should be possible. I just don't think it should be as easy to do as it is done.
Yeah, to freeze minion waves, because it makes no sense. Otherwise, like you would have to like free roam to other people's lanes just to get some kills and experience. Oh, good kill.
Yeah, I figured that. But
I got my unsealed spellbook, so I mean I could TP down there if you want me to get dragon with you.
for now.
Get off me, bro. It's like such a stupid play. I should have ghosted away from him, and then I would have been able to do what I wanted to do. Doesn't matter. You just put yourself at a massive disadvantage.
Oh my gosh, you have 6 farm stoves. What the hell? How'd that happen?
Cause fucking Xin Shao, he was like he was freezing like my entire wave to his tower, so I had like no means to like actually like, try to farm. So basically, like I was trying to force like my way back up to my tower. Otherwise, basically he wouldn't even be this strong, because I would basically kick his ass by now.
R.
Good.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm using this modded software to like use modded skins, and I'm using this like royal NASA skin. He looks like a king, like like with like a 3-headed dog dragon. Yeah, he looks amazing. So funny. Alright, sweet. I'm gonna back. No, look, I was I was sitting up for Yeah, watch out. Xin Zhao, he's going through about the river. Let's go. Jinx is 3-1. Yeah.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. No. Seven HP. Big.
Yeah, I'm gonna ult. Oh, I need some help. Oh, my nuts. Ah. Damn. I thought I had him there. If only the bot lane just came up and helped us, you know, they could have made it a lot easier. Or I could have just flashed. But I thought I had... Yeah, like I thought that I had like enough, you know, to get away.
Oh my god! That was a buy and a half right there. I'm going this way.
What, for what?
What? What was a buy and a half? I got the rest of the clips from 2 long swords, and I got
Oh shit.
I'm going to make sure they don't go for dragons here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get in this Rift Herald. That's if I can get it. Got it. I'm gonna spawn at mid lane. Just try to push it out before we can get land pro. Oh my god, fuck you, Mord. Good. 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 Amazing. Let's go. Yeah, watch out, Zen.
I have R. What's he gonna do? He's not gonna auto me because I can't be autoed when you can't see me. Hi, buddy.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. What are you doing, fucking guy? Oh, he's going for a gank.
Yeah. I just figured if I spawn out the Rift Herald for mid lane, at least, you know, Lissandra, she can have more lane priority, so. And then that'll force Xin Zhao to, like, you know, help his team, you know, when we push up.
Yep. By the way, that's just that's Xin Zhao for you.
How was he able to kill you? It made no sense.
Because he's got a broken rune. It's way too good for him. He healed twice in that fight. Yeah, I knew that's what they were doing, because that's the only reason he tries to fucking invade me like that.
Yeah, well, late game, like, we beat the fuck out of them. I know that.
I don't know. It might do.
Good. I got what I needed, so it worked well into my favor. Yeah, boy.
Oh boy, he just took way more than I wanted to take there. Alright, so.
Can I get your chickens?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna go back up top. Serge, I'm pretty sure Zen, he's up here.
Yeah, he just took my blue buff.
Yeah, he just took your blue. Pyke is up here too. Fuck you, Pyke. Get him. Fuck you. Bro, like, what is she? She, like, legit just didn't even help me there. So, wait a minute. Did she, like, make, like, a clone out of herself? Oh. Yeah. I told you you beat his ass.
He almost killed me from full HP on my side to, like, nothing on his, so... say that, but not really, no.
At least our bot lane, they're doing pretty good. So, as long as Jinx, she gets fed, so she could just funnel us. As long as I just keep stacking up more armor, Xin Zhao, he's basically just dog food, you know, for me.
Eventually, yeah, you'll just kill him. That's you, will eventually happen like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh? There's way too many of them on that side of the map for them to just be up there. Then we'll get that one. Well, see what they've got going on here. I know where most of their team is. If not the entire team.
Can I get a gank?
Yeah.
Sure, Mord, he's probably gonna come up.
Oh my god!
Die! Fucking... How?
If you'd Ard first, you'd have got him.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. I would have been able to kill him, but he just... Yeah, he just backed off. You know, like in time.
You don't kill that before I get there. Or if I don't know what you're doing.
Bro, they gotta fix up these, like, movement commands, you know, with your mouse. Because sometimes I feel like I'm, like, clicking on, like, the wrong direction. You know, where, like, my commands are not, you know, fully listening to me. There you go. Amazing. I'm on my way. Come on, guys.
I'm not in the R! What the fuck? I play that character!
Come on, help me. Fuck you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's all the fuck I need. Alright, I'm just gonna, you know, go back up top.
I guess I'll also do that direction.
It's all good. It's all good. We got this. They ain't gonna, like, you know, mess with me.
Oh, looks like Sandra has the same idea that you do. That's unfortunate.
For what?
She's going top.
She should just go back mid.
Looks like she's gonna. So, she seems to be fine. What are you doing, Zyra? Stop being overextended like that, girl. Please. For 2 minutes. That's all I need you to do is just to stop that for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't understand why she did that. That's like the dumbest thing ever.
It's not the only time she's done it, which is weird as well.
I don't understand why supports do that in the first place. It just gets you killed.
Okay,
Alright, I'm just gonna back off.
You don't have to.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, who else is coming up with them. Mordekaiser's right up here. I say go get his red and then just bounce. Good.
I would risk stack it if you had just kept the thing for it, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't need it. Oh, also Varus, he's bot lane. I gotta go down there. Watch out, Zen.
Yes, I'm aware. There is a ninja out here. Okay, Zen.
Ah, no, he ulted me. Get off my nuts. Get off my nuts. Alright, I gotta go. Good. Clean up crew on aisle 9. Nasus gameplay. Thank you for coming. Nasus. That's all I do. All I do is Nasus. Yeah, all I do is win. Just keep winning.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what I would like to I actually think this item might be good. Oh my god, dude. Are we taking my shit? Is that what we're doing? Is it taking Brian's shit hour? Is that what it is? I think it is.
No, for what?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got TP, so I can like go bot lane if I want to.
I don't know why you're taking the chickens instead of the fucking red buff anyway. I don't know. What are you doing, girl?
Yeah, we should just group mid. Yeah, Pyke is here. I was gonna say, let's go get Baron.
We have to give up a dragon for that?
Oh yeah, no.
That's not worth it normally, no.
Also, Xin Zhao, he's going after my top tower.
Yeah, and he's trying to force us away from the dragons they want.
Alright, I'm gonna just go back up top.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you actually just beat him anyway, by the way. I think you're at that point now. If you have ult.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I overestimated that.
Oh my god. Damn it. How? Oh wait, I should have pressed on my corrupting potion. I forgot to do that shit.
I don't actually know if that would have. Oh my god.
Yeah, the corrupting potion definitely would have made like a difference because I had like 3 of them, but I just didn't press on them. It's whatever. Once I come back to life, I can just TP in, so I can just help out as soon as I, respawn. Lord, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna TP in. I'm gonna clear this bot lane, and then. No, it's all good. Like, I just wanted to take out most of their tower, so that way, at least, once we push in, that'll make it easier heading into the late game. Otherwise, I would have just backed away, but I just figured, I'm already there. Let me just take a risk. So.
You wouldn't have had anybody nearby to stop me, so I actually probably should have just let him try it. I'm taking the blue buff. That's fine. Are you doing that, you fucking Sandra?
It's kind of sad that Veigar's like on 1 and 4. Garbage. Get that, Lissandra? Damn. What the hell are you doing? Watch out, Zen. Got him. Good. There we go. Good shit. Thank you, Jinx. I love you. Not, entirely, but okay. That is such a stupid play. Like, why would she do that? She could have just funneled. Wait, towers start regaining health? Are you kidding me? That makes no sense. Yeah, I would just, back off. We could do Baron. if you want to.
I mean, I don't know. Take it.
All right, thanks. I just figured if you like if you needed it. Uh-oh, Vagar, Pike.
Yeah, but that fucking hook actually did not throw the direction it fucking went. That's great. I love that.
Yep, sorry. Got him. At least I got you, Mord. It doesn't matter with me. I'll take somebody with me. Oh, holy shit! I'm already at like 106 CDR. At least I took you in with me, Mordekaiser. Wait, can I actually use cleanse to counter Mord's R?
No, it has to be Quicksilver Sash.
Ah, man. Damn, man. Okay. Yeah, I think yeah, because I was thinking that that I could be able to do that, but yeah, thanks for telling me, because I was thinking that could have been like the right move. I'm probably gonna buy me maybe Mercurial Scimitar.
I already killed you, buddy. I don't know what you're doing.
Hello.
I didn't get the reset, so I can't fucking cheat the dumbass.
Feeling a little bit better. Just a little bit, how should I say, like, I'm not as, like, I wasn't as, how should I say, like, I wasn't as super, sedated compared to yesterday, but, I mean, things are doing way better.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hey,
you just lost the game.
Yeah, sure, like, I'll do it, like, I just, like, I'm doing, like, a live with, like, well, on my channel now, but I can, like, you know, end it, and then I could do it, like, do one with you.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm just gonna call mine whatever Wednesday.
What?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we'll just chop it up, bro. We can talk about. There's a lot of breaking news lately, huh? It seems like.
Yeah, I've been hearing like a lot of crazy stuff lately.
Yeah, I heard Wilder's coming back versus Robert Linus. That's official, right?
Yeah, they were trying to say that fight is confirmed for October, but I didn't hear
Dude,
that
my
to be
team
true.
has let the fucking Mordekaiser just catch up. They've taken literally 80 farm camps.
It's crazy because Robert Linus was
Yeah.
smart. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but Robert Linus is infuriating.
Yeah, I don't think Hellenius, you know, got what it takes to beat him.
No,
But it's like, why would you want to spar Deontay Wilder when you knew that, you know, if you guys are gonna, you know, potentially fight, you know, he's not coming in to like, you know, to let you beat him. So. Yeah, like I saw that shit. Yeah, but.
Oh, there's Baron. That's annoying.
Yeah, sure. Doesn't matter.
I'll set up the stream door and send you the link.
Okay. Thanks. Yep. Yeah, like I saw you do that shit. That was so fucking funny. Oh yeah, watch out. Xin Zhao, he's like trying to hyper push. Do you want me to come down there?
I'm not allowed to Q him! My Q would not go off! That's the difference between Eclipse going off and not 2, by the way. So that is a huge amount of damage that I just did not do to him for no reason.
Ah,
have
shit.
gotten 2 keys. That might have
No. Bro,
Yeah,
how the
it's
fuck, dude, how the fuck do they... Oh my god.
Xin Zhao is straight up a character that needs to be actually fucking unplayable, or he's broken as fuck. They buffed him twice since the start of the season.
How is he able to beat you and Lysandra? Like I could have easily went down there.
I queued 6 times, didn't get a queue 1 time.
I could have easily
That's
went
how.
down there to, like, you know, come help out. Yeah, that's why that I said if you needed me to come down to help you, then I would have easily been down there to, like, beat his ass. Cause he couldn't fuck with me, you know, once I had, like, my 4th item. Fight me like a real man. Shoot.
And League's not going to let me quickly choose menu.
Xin Zhao is a pussy, man. He's a pussy.
The worst part is their top laner doesn't even win the game except for picking.
He didn't even do shit. Like, dude, like he was like so effing garbage because at the minute I had Divine Sunder and Stoneplate, he couldn't do anything to me the entire game. He was literally trying to find a way out, so therefore he could end the game and try to act like, oh, haha, you know, look, I'm better than you. No, you're not.
Our bot lane looks like they did well, but they actually played so poorly and they just got into kills, and that's why they look like they did well. They actually lost us that game 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
They were so bloodthirsty that they just let their team pull us apart and pick us apart.
Yeah, I know, right?
And they kept taking, and Jinx took probably 70 farm from me, which would have been an item up, but it also would have been keeping my 3 or 4 level advantage on the Mordekaiser, which would have basically let me kill him anytime he tried to outsmite me.
Yeah, I know.
That's just not very fun to have to deal with, not having the game work because they decide they don't want to let you. I don't want to be the support, man, but I don't want support that don't want AD carry, and I don't want jungle, but if you pick mid lane, you basically don't get it, so...
Yeah. Alright, sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut off the voice chat because I have to do like a live stream with like a friend.
Okay.
But I'll still be able to play with you.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just crazy, man. I was laughing my ass off. That fucking Xin Zhao was just... Dude, he literally had nothing up against me. Once I had Fimbulwinter built, and I had my Stoneplate, and I had my Divine, all he had was a fucking... What? He had Eclipse, Berserkers, Essence Reaver, Infinity, Collector, and Death's Dance. He couldn't do anything to me. Like, he's not even that good. Yo, he's garbage. All he plays is, he plays Dr. Mundo. Well, no. Like, you know, this is, like, recent games, but recent games he's been playing, like, a bunch of tanks. He's been playing Scion, who's garbage, and then he plays Sejuani. Yeah, he's not that good.
Alright, so you're gonna go stream with your friend then?
Huh?
You're going to stream with your friend then, yeah?
I'm not too sure when. He said he was just gonna send me like a link on it, so.
Like dual streaming or something?
Like pretty much like I'll just join his I guess like a stream and then I'll hop on just to talk with him.
Alright.
So oh shit, sorry about that. Yeah, but I'm still gonna play. Yeah, but he sent me the link, so
Alright.
like I'm gonna hop off with the voice chat and then I'll
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm so